So on you, blood. We're live.
What's going on, kinfolk? It's your boy Blood Boxing, man. We back with another edition of OG Boxing Talk, man. We coming from out of the LDBC. I got the brother Fanon International here with me. I got KQKC up in the house, man. We waiting for everybody else to come through. We sent links out, so we waiting on the other brothers. How y'all doing this morning, man? KQKC, Fanon, how y'all doing, brothers?
Man, I'm doing beautiful, brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm doing all right, man. What about you, Fanon?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I let you got over on me last week because I was sick, but I'm back full-fledged, ready to get with you, man.
Oh, okay. Okay, I hear you talking, man. I hear you talking. How y'all doing out there in the chat, man? Let me see who's up in the house right now, man. We got 62. Hey, man, y'all smash that motherfucking like button, man. We got Sheldon Holmes Hill, Mega Red, Crush the Legend. What's up, man? Avery Jackson, Jose Rodriguez. What's good with you? Emmanuel, Momo. What's up, man? If I said your name wrong, forgive me. Harold Jones. Act Reacher, what's up, man? Y'all check out Act Reacher, man, 45 with that Michael Nunn interview. That's right, yeah. Act Reacher, the guy, Act Reacher 45 up in the comment section did an interview, a recent interview with Michael Nunn since he's been released from incarceration. Great interview, man. KD up in here, Jay Coolin, Ronald Finkley. What's up, Ronald? I'm Omega Red. I might have said your name. Stormy B, man. What's up, man? KJ Scribner, 88 Sports Talk. Miles Pert. Miss Boxing, what's going on, Miss Boxing? How you doing? How you loving that weather, Miss Boxing, huh? We got Bert. What's up, Bert? Okay, shit. I don't know where everybody else at, Fanon and KQKC. But while everybody gather up in the room, man, you know we always open it up, man, with a.
That's right.
Here goes the late house.
What's that?
Trap House decided to roll up in the building 30 minutes late.
Trap House, man. What's up with you, bro?
What's up, Famo? What's good with y'all, man?
Yeah, you know you're supposed to be moderating, man. You chickened out, bro, because you're supposed to be the moderator.
Come on, man. Come on. Y'all don't do me like that, man. Look,
talking, man. You down there Stanford in the woods, bro.
Look, man. How about this? I'll make sure I do it next week, bro. I'll make sure I do it next week.
How about you do it this time?
Okay, I'll do it then. I'll do it now. What's up?
Okay, let's see what's up. Trap House is moderating today, y'all.
So, how everybody doing today, man? Everybody doing
yeah, we're doing good, brother.
First of all, I guess we can go ahead and kick it off with the favorite movies coming up, man. I want to talk about what were some of y'all favorite comedy movies coming up. You know, I know y'all brothers a little bit older than me, but I'm pretty sure we on the same, era with the movies. Kind of ain't too far off. But I'm gonna start with old Mr. Ivy League, Fanon the Don. Who was your favorite comedy movies, my man? Coming up.
My favorite comedy movie coming up, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor live on Sunset Strip. Richard Pryor. I used to listen to the Richard Pryor albums. Anything with Richard Pryor in it, man. Be like busting loose. I liked him on what was that movie he was when he was with Which Way Is Up? Was he in Which Way Was Up? Which Way Is Up? With
Gene, the white guy, Gene.
No. That's not Which Way Is Up. Which Way Is Up is like with
Which Way
Sidney
Is
Poitier, Sidney
Right.
Poitier, and
That's right. With Sidney Poitier. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are my favorites, man. I was a big Richard Pryor fan, man. And then after that, I of course got into Eddie Murphy when Eddie Murphy was funny. Yeah, man, those were my guys though when I was growing up.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the sleeping OG. I meant the singing OG, KQKC.
Okay,
what's good,
smart ass.
My bad, don't do me like that, man.
I know.
What's some of your favorite movies, man, coming up, man?
Man, straight out of the shot, Good Times was my movie. That's right. Straight out of Cabrini Green Projects. That's what
Good Times was not a movie, man.
Yeah, man, that's a TV show, man.
Okay, that was a show. Okay. I would say See, y'all always catch me off guard. Here I go again. A movie. Let's see here. Well, I liked a lot of Eddie Murphy movies. All right. And I like Boomerang, that was good. And I like The Best Man, that was good, and I didn't grow up off of it because it was out when I was older.
When you were 45.
Right, so but those movies I enjoy. I like black movies like The Mac. I love that. The Mac. That was the shit. Pimping, and not because I'm from the inner city. It's just that it was a good movie, good lesson to learn, Then I like the picture. I liked a lot of black pictures, black exploitation pictures. So
KQ, we talking about comedy movies,
man, comedy.
Yeah,
well,
we talking about comedy movies.
Well, Richard Pryor, he was funny too, a couple of them, but mostly Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was my shit. I really liked Eddie Murphy, and he set the trend for a lot of let me take that.
Hey,
let me start over.
Would you like Blood to go next, and then you can just think about it for a second?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. That's it. Richard Pryor started it off. Then Eddie Murphy came on along. Red Fox was up there too.
Is there a specific Richard Pryor movie that you liked?
A specific.
KQKC, man, don't do all that, man. No, look, I'm moderating today, man. You just chill, player. We ain't doing that. Blood, what's your movies coming? Your favorite comedy movie coming up, man?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My favorite comedy movies growing up, man. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. I started out with Richard Pryor too, man. And my favorite Richard Pryor movie, I think, is Brewster's Million. It's a movie called with John Candy, I believe.
No, man. That was with that wasn't with John Candy. That was with old dude from the Honeymooners.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Brewster's Million. It's been a while, man. Brewster's Million.
That dude's name, man.
See no evil, hear no evil.
Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Stir Crazy, The Toy, and then after that, I went to Eddie Murphy. 48 Hours was a movie that changed the landscape, man. Let me tell you, man, that bar scene, man. That was something else for that time period, man. You got 48 Hours, Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd, Coming to America. I'm gonna tell y'all who else I'm a big fan of. I really like Chevy Chase, National Lampoon's Vacation, man. All them motherfuckers was funny. Fletch Lives, all that shit, man. And then when we rolled into the 90s, my main man became Martin Lawrence, man. And Blue Streak is my favorite Martin Lawrence movie, man. Ain't nothing funnier than that shit when he had to go get that damn diamond, bro. Man, that movie had me cracking up. I was dying in the movie. I went and saw that twice in the movie theater, my brother. So yeah, man, those are some of my favorites, man. When it comes to movie, I just love to smoke weed and go to the movie theater. I love to smoke weed, go to the movie theater, man, get high as fuck, go out and watch comedy movies, Eddie Murphy, all of that shit. Chevy Chase. I used to get high and watch the Chevy Chase movie. And back then we were smoking Reggie's. We didn't smoke that shit we smoke now. But the weed would get you high as fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? We smoke that Reggie. That shit get you high. You be up in there laughing. You get the munchies and all that shit. Y'all notice the weed today don't give you
right. That's what I'm
saying. The weed will give you munchies. But the shit today, I don't know what that shit is.
I don't even
know munchies or nothing. What the hell happened to the munchies and shit like that?
Man, my day, you could not smoke a whole cigar full of weed. You'll fall out.
The shit was potent back then, and it gave you a real good high. The shit that they got out there in the streets today, that shit just get you down, man, and get you medicated and all kind of shit. But we had a good old time back in them days. The weed was different. We used to have to throw the stems and the seeds out of weed right in the parking lot in the mall, man. Throw that shit out, roll one up real quick, go in the movie theater, high as fuck, laughing and shit. Trying to get by it. When I used to go to the movies too, I used to always try to get out of paying, especially when I was in high school. I used to sneak in that motherfucker. And once I was in that bitch, I watched every movie on the lineup, bro. I didn't leave. You know how motherfuckers would leave the movies? Me, I didn't leave. I walked right from Eddie Murphy movie and go across the hall and watch Chevy Chase or some shit like that. Whatever was out. Charles Bronson, whoever, Steven Seagal. I know that's action, but I used to cheat like a motherfucker up in that movie theater, man. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, bro.
All right, blood, pass the mic, man. You've been on the jack too long.
Okay.
All right, my brother, the big homie, Kurt Sugar, the historian, man. What were some of your movies coming up? Your comedy movies, I'm gonna say. That was the topic of the comedy movie. What was your comedy movie coming up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, what's going on, everybody? I'm late to the party, overslept a little bit. I'm getting old. I can't stay up late like I used to, but growing up, it was Which Way Is Up with Richard Pryor, and it was a movie called Come Back Charleston Blue. One of those exploitation movies that we loved in the hood, and I would probably say Petey Wheatstraw, with Rudy Ray Moore. Those were some of the movies, that some of my favorite movies growing up, especially Which Way Is Up. I thought it was one of the funniest movies ever, man. Richard Pryor was hilarious, Hey, those movies was great, man. He used to go to the Fabian movie theater in Patterson, New Jersey, sit up in a balcony. I think one of the reasons, the weed is different, was more potent back in the day. It was more pure. Today it's cut with chemicals and all that and ether and all that, so, the weed was different. You used to sit up there, eat popcorn and peanut chews, but there was some good old times, man. So I would have to say Which Way Is Up, Cotton Comes to Harlem, and Petey Wheatstraw was some of my favorites growing up.
Oh, okay. Before we get to me, before we wrap up that conversation on the movie, KQKC, man, we got a few super chats, man. I'm gonna have you go ahead and sing a few of them things out, man. Put that stick out, man. KQKC, we need your voice today, man. You can sing an OD. We need you to sing out some of them super chats. We got my hard sports podcast. He said, salute from Fred, barbershop conversation with a great interview. That girl who was assaulted by Kovalev, dude needs to be in jail. Who else we got in the super chat? I'm behind on these super chats.
Well, I mean, I run through.
No, matter of fact, yeah. So now go ahead and do that stuff.
Yeah, because I got them up on screen. Omega Red said Clarissa is the pound for pound best now. No one did what she did. Yeah, that's some BS. But we'll get to that, Omega Red. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't want to hear none of that. That's some old janky ass backwardsness. But she looked good. She looked good whooping up on that girl last night. But y'all making exceptions for Carisha. Mahari's Nation. Okay, you got that one, but I'll read it again. Salute to Fred from Barbershop Conversations with that great interview with that girl who was allegedly assaulted by Kovalev. Dude needs to be in jail. Well, he's gonna go to trial. We'll see. 503 Lion says salute to the LDBC OGs from the Young Lion. Omega Red said good times is a movie to the OGs that work all the time. My pops say the same thing. Is a movie to the OGs. Nah, man. Hey, man. KQKC still on that. KQK, he took a couple puffs. Golden Man said, y'all cut KQKC some slack. He was up late night grinding last night. Omega Red said Life and Major Pain, my funniest movies. Man, Life was kind of sad, but it was funny at some points. Major Pain is one of my favorite ones with Damon Wayans.
Life was a funny movie, and so was Major Pain, though.
Life, I remember Life being sad, seeing the niggas die. It
was sad.
Everybody died.
Them Wayans boys have a certain type of sense of humor, though, man. Them motherfuckers, man, they be, I don't know, them motherfuckers be acting kind of gay sometimes. They act that role a little too good, that gay role, all of them motherfuckers.
All right, so we caught up with the super chat, right?
I do believe so, but I will cut y'all off sooner because we've been ignoring them for way too long during these during the live streams.
All right. I am. I gotta get on the moderating, so you just assist me a little bit, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Would you like me to call you next time ahead of time? Next time you moderate, so you can be here on time.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, no problem. No
Not
worry. I'm
very
there.
comfortable, you know. But anyway, I ain't got time to go back and forth with you for long, man. But anyway, some of my favorite movies, like Harlem Nights, Hollywood Shuffle. I don't think y'all remember a movie. Some of y'all might know the movie. I think it's called like The Gods Must Be Crazy or something like that.
Yeah. The African dude.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite little funny movies. Shit, you man, Which Way Is Up, Bustin' Loose. You got all them Eddie Murphy, like you said, those stand-up comedies. I got all those right now on DVD. You know what I mean? I still watch them joints every now and then. We got there's so many goddamn good comedy movies, man. I can just be thinking all day, man. But yeah, I pretty much stand to everything y'all said.
Hey, Trap, did you used to smoke a little bit of that 90s weed back in the day, 80s and 90s weed, bro?
Of course. Of course.
Hey, real quick before you go, Omega Red say they didn't die at the end of life. Now, Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy's characters didn't die. They got out. But every fucking body else died. Okay? The fat man that was telling me, asking if he was going to eat the cornbread died. All them other dudes died. They all died. They had a little montage of motherfuckers dying. She was sad.
Hey, how many of y'all knew that, I think, was it Rick James? I think Rick James played, what's the character name in Life? Oh, fuck, man.
Oh yeah, he was in the beginning of that, man. Wasn't he was like a gangster. He was one of the guys that was trying to kill Eddie Murphy. Or no, he was trying to kill Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, that was Rick James, man. I ain't never even knew that. Yeah. But okay, so we got that wrapped up with the comedy show, man. So next, I'm gonna skip around, man. I'm not gonna go according with blood, son. I'm gonna do my own little skipping around. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. You know what? Fanon been really being an asshole this morning. I don't know what's going on with him today. What's going on with you, Fanon? You been smart ass this morning.
All right, so how many? I know everybody's seen that Munguia versus Sullivan fight, right?
Yes, sir.
Which fight?
Yes, sir.
The Jaime Munguia versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Did everybody watch that fight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, KQKC, since you seen it, go ahead, give me your assessment of last night's fight and tell me what you think about it.
Well, Jaime Munguia, young up and coming fighter. He was fighting at what was that? Super middleweight. They said middleweight, but this is his first time fighting at super middleweight. And he's fast, he's strong, he's young. He was fighting a veteran. He's 35, and he wouldn't go away. Now, he was hurt, and he was getting hit with a lot of shots, but he was hitting Jaime Munguia many times. Matter of fact, he was getting hit too much, but he was setting traps, and I think that was a good fight for him, for his career, because it was challenging to him. He didn't get the knockout. He got the stoppage, but he didn't get the knockout like he wanted to. He wanted to knock him flat on his ass. But he did a great job, and that's what I was looking for. After I waited 6 hours, I finally got the main event about 11 o'clock at night, and that was a great fight. Well, I don't know what else y'all gonna get to, but I'll let that the other fight leave that for last, because that's funny as hell, the other fight with the women. But
real quick, man, not to cut you off, but tell the truth. Keep it 100. How many times you dozed off on a 6 hour live stream?
None, because it was so funny.
Yeah. Go ahead, carry on.
Matter of fact, I got a couple of my subscribers in, and they'll tell you, because it was just so funny, and I had a lot of super chats, so it was just so funny because of the weave. Man, I was cracking up, man. Man, it wasn't no way to go to sleep. You could not go to sleep because her weave came off, and the referee actually stopped the fight to tell them to put her weave back on. Barry Hunter took that weave and threw it in the second row and said, "Fuck that." Listen, You need to get out there and fight, right? And she lost, but Jaime McGee, he did a great job. He did a great job. He's a strong young man too, man. And O'Sullivan, he's a big guy, and he didn't come there to lay down. He hung in there all the way to the 9th round. Then he started breaking down. And them body shots, he was ripping them body shots. Now he did go low a couple times, Jaime, but he had the right idea: uppercuts, body shots, straight right, all day long. Couldn't miss, could not miss. But he'll bag off on it. I didn't get that. He would bag off on when he got him in trouble, Then he'll go for it in spurts. I don't know, was he fatigued, but he was going in spurts. But overall, it was a good fight. It was a good fight for him. But he's not really for a Jamal Charlo. No way. No way. Not the way he handled that 35-year-old O'Sullivan. So I don't think so. So that's my take on it. So.
Okay, no doubt. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Blood. You go ahead and tell me what you thought about that, man. Real quick.
Hey, man, it was a decent fight.
Hey, Blood, hold on 1 second. When you take off, y'all jab that like button for us, man. Do that for us real quick. We got like a 275 people in here. Let's get these likes up.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Blood.
Hey, man, this guy, Jaime Munguia, I like the kid, but once again, he fights for Golden Girl Promotions, all right? There's nothing really lined up for him other than Canelo. He called Canelo out at the end of the fight, and I think that's the fight they're trying to set up for him. I watched the fight against this O'Sullivan guy, and another thing that this O'Sullivan guy said that was a disgrace to boxing, this motherfucker told the boxing media that he was related to John L. Sullivan. He got a different last name. There's an O at the beginning of your name, motherfucker. Stop trying to lie to us like that and disgrace the sport, man. You ain't cut from that cloth, boy, okay? But anyway, he's just a bum-ass fighter, man. It was a bum fight is what it was. Until he goes in there and he starts fighting top-level fighters, I'll take the Canelo fight, okay? If he's going to fight at super middle, that's the thing about boxing these days. There's too many of these champions. If he's going to campaign at super middle, he needs to give up his strap down there. Does he still got a middleweight strap?
No, not middleweight, man. He's 160. He's at 154.
He's at 154.
Yeah, 160.
160.
Okay.
No, he doesn't have that strap anymore.
Okay, he needs to give up the 154 if he's still there. I don't know if he's even still there. I don't keep up with it like that. So he's moved up to 160. But yet, right. Last night I heard him say Canelo Alvarez's name. I don't know what weight class Canelo Alvarez is. So I'm confused. But I would really like to see him fight guys like Jamal Charlo, Andre, guys like that. Even a Golovkin fight. I know Golovkin's old, but Chris Eubank Jr. would be a good fight for him. But ain't Chris Eubank Jr. over there at the zone?
160.
He's at 160, but he moved up, didn't he?
No, he moved down from 168 to 160.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on now. Okay. I can't keep up. Hey, I don't even feel bad about it. I can't keep up with these motherfuckers.
No worries here. I'm here for you, blood.
They had Canelo listed as a middleweight last night.
I feel bad because I don't know who that motherfucker, what belt he had. I mean, all these damn belts, I can't keep up with the shit. It just shows you that we don't do no damn research because there ain't nothing to be done. He needs to step up and fight Canelo.
I think Eubank at 68, man, because he's supposed to be
fighting. Not. He just moved down to 160. He fought on the undercard of Jamal and when Jamal Charlo's last fight, with his last fight, and he and Korobov threw his fucking back out or something. He strained his. So Korobov and him, he moved down from 168 to 160 and fought Korobov last.
Yeah, that's right. Because Charlo's still at 160. I'm thinking he at 168. My bad.
And they had Canelo listed at 154.
All you guys that don't read your agendas and do your research, I'm here for you.
No, I do my research. I just can't. These niggas move around too much.
Yeah, they move around. Ain't nobody got time to keep up with these motherfuckers. Look,
I told you, I know you don't have time to keep up with these.
Do you know how many champions on the screen between? Listen, it's my turn to talk. Do y'all know how many champions are between 154 and 168? I'm counting them right now. We got David Benavidez, Callum Smith, Canelo Alvarez, some guy named Lennox Allen, Khalid Plant, Billy Joe Sanders, Demetrius Andre, Gennady Golovkin, Alvarez, Murata, Charlo. You got
That is a regular champ, baby.
Louis Williams, and some guy named Patrick TX. Man, you know what, man? It's like there's like 12 champions between the fucking between 12 pounds, man. There's 12 fucking 12 between. I can't keep up with them niggas, man. These guys gotta unify, bro. He's lucky I even watched this fucking fight. The only reason I watched this fight is because I got the code on the zone. I watched that shit for free, Eddie Hearn, nigga. I got the fucking code, bitch.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
He fought a bum fight, man. The guy needs to step up. I'm not impressed with Munguia that much. He looks good. He's strong, but I need to see him against another top fighter. And I don't see him getting anything other than that Demetrius Andre fight because he's over at fucking. You have to look at who they're signed with. They're over at the Zone. Andre would be available for him, and Canelo Alvarez. Make the shit happen. Stop fighting all these Euro bums and people. Nobody know who they is, man. It's real hard to keep up with, man. But I saw him, man. He needs to step up. That's my conclusion.
Hey, Trap, let me get these three super chats. Hey, Jesse Wise said, I always miss the male Cougar show. Damn, that's fucked up. With Uncle Fanon, KQKC, the homie Blood, but caught y'all this morning. Happy Gilmore was my favorite. Wanted to support. That's what's up. Yeah, that was a good movie too, man.
The male Cougar show? Hell no, man. What the fuck you talking about, man? Take that shit off. You better rearrange those fucking words. Kurt Anderson don't like that shit. You talking like that, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Because he called y'all niggas some cougars. Natasha Bass said, couldn't wait for Sunday's show. And Brothers UK, peace, Brother Fanon, and the panel. Yes, sir. Peace to you as well, man. Thank you guys for your support, man.
But last night they had Canelo listed as middleweight. So he runs up and down, weight classes like Women Rudolph. So
Canelo's only a belt that he holds, only major championship belt that he holds right now is at 160. And that's the WBA. Okay. He dropped the 60. He has a WBA regular at 168, what he won off of Rocky Fielding, and so that shit don't count because it's the regular. And he dropped the WBO 175-pound championship, so he only has the 160 WBA super. That's it though.
Wow, they had him listed with 2 belts at 154.
He doesn't have any belts at 154. 154 champions are Charlo. Right. Charlo has 1. J-Rock has 2, and Teixeira has the WBO that was dropped by Jaime Munguia.
And what about Demetrius Andre? He has 1.
He's 160, not 154.
Oh, okay.
The 150 champions are Demetrius Andre with the WBO, Gennady Golovkin with the IBF, Canelo Alvarez with the WBA, and Charlo with the WBC, and Canelo with the franchise for the WBC. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you.
Franchise.
All right, since you're here for us, go ahead and tell us your take on the fight.
He sucks. That's my take. Should I be telling y'all about that shit with Jaime Munguia, man? Jaime Munguia sucks, dude. He's just going to get fed, and he's going to get knocked the fuck out. Because I watched that fight, you couldn't miss him. You can't miss Jaime Munguia. And now he's moving up to a bigger weight class. It's just that Gary O'Sullivan's a bum. Gary O'Sullivan, I mean, I know some people don't like people calling bums, but dude, that Gary O'Sullivan is the guy that David Lemieux just walked up and just knocked fucking sideways, like boom, fight over. Jaime Munguia is landing on him, and Gary Sullivan is into the when did they call that off? The 11th or was that the 12th?
11th.
The
11th.
Yeah. I think Jaime Munguia is trash, man. Nah, Dominic won. Munguia ain't good. Munguia is definitely food. Okay, at 160, he's definitely food. I don't think it's like, and nobody's gonna ask him to fight anybody either. With him, it's gonna be just like it was at 154. He's just like a fucking facade because the whole time he's at 154, nobody ever even treated that dude like he was a real 154 champion. He didn't have to fight any other champions at 154 pounds. He got the belt beaten super lightweight in Saddam Ali. I just think the dude's trash, man. That's what I think. No hold barred. The dude, if he gets in there with Canelo Alvarez, that dude is going to get just mopped. He's just going to get beat half to death, man. That's my take on him.
All right, the historian Kurt Sugar, man. Go ahead and give us your take on Jaime Munguia versus Gary Spacco Sullivan.
Yeah, Munguia, his opponents are carefully selected. Sullivan, is durable. He was a 35-year-old guy who's been in a lot of wars. He beat a prospect named Antoine Douglas. He got knocked out against Lemieux. Right. So he was there to make Munguia look good because they pick an opponent who somewhat has a name, who's durable, who's going to last some rounds. He was there to give Munguia some work. And eventually he was going to fade, and that's what happened. Munguia was hitting low. And he was wore down as the fight went on. Munguia tried to move his head at the beginning, because he's trained by Eric Morales.
Right.
But Sullivan was touching him, and he kind of reverted back to what he knows, and instead of going to the body jabbing, he just started throwing haymakers, and Sullivan was worn down, so he was picked for that reason. So his career has been carefully pick opponents to make him look good. But, when he steps up and fight the likes of Canelo or Charlo, he's going to get beaten. He just doesn't have the defense to survive in that division. And he hit Sullivan with a lot of hard shots. And even though he was wore down, because he after the ninth, he had no legs, but it's not like junior middleweight. Those 6 pounds make a hell of a difference, man. So, let's see what happens, when, with future opponents, when he does fight a name guy, see what happens. Andrade will be a terrible opponent for him. So he should stay away from Andrade, and, they probably feed him to a top 10 opponent. I don't know who in the middleweight division, but Munguia is strong, but that's about it. He's kind of one-dimensional. If you can box him, then you'll beat the brakes off him.
Third day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give you my take on Jaime, man. I think Jaime is still the same old Jaime Munguia that fought Saddam Ali. Absolutely no improvement at all. He was also, both of these guys were there to be hit. No doubt about it. It was good, little war while, to the 11th round and things like that. Jaime Munguia, he always punching low, always. Every fight, he always going below the belt. I just think, to me, I really just go ahead and see him get in there with the top level guys so we can get him up out of there, man. He holding up. He ain't that good. Like I said, he now, don't get me wrong. Like I would want to see him in there with like a Triple G, because I know he ain't gonna run and he gonna sit there and go toe to toe, and it'd be a good exciting fight as long as it lasts. But I just, other than that, man, I don't see him like really just being a champion at 160. Charlo killing, Canelo was destroying, who else is up there at 160 that we got up there?
GGG.
Yeah, Triple G. Like I said, Triple G, that'd be the more entertaining fight, him and Charlo, because Charlo will make sure he's standing right there and try to destroy Jaime Munguia. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna. I could see him standing there trying to walk him down and getting him out of there, just and not doing no boxing at all, trading with him and getting him out of there. Triple G the same way, But it'd be a good entertaining fight as long as it lasts. But I don't see him beating none of the guys, man. I don't see it. Jaime is just a middle of the road fighter to me, in my opinion. That's it.
Yeah, he just strong, man. I just don't like fighters that can't transition from offense to defense, defense to offense. That's what I'm used to, man. And he doesn't do that. He's all offense, no defense. He just doesn't have the genetics to do that. He's just a big, strong, fighter, but that don't work when you fight, stellar opposition.
Yeah, and the thing what pissed me off about him was he could have got Gary Spacco Sullivan out of it earlier than that. He was successful using the jab. He damn near could have knocked him out using the jab, and then it seemed like everything he was successful with, he just stopped. He just stopped using it. I'm like, what the, you know, huh?
I'm sorry, cut you off. He got hurt at the end of the third round with a right hand. He was hurt.
Yeah, he did. That was another reason why he was reluctant to take charge in the fight. But that's pretty much my take on Jaime Munguia, man. We can move to something else if y'all ready to move on.
Yeah, let me get a couple of these super chats real quick. Let me make sure I got to refresh this. I think there was two. I know I saw my man Justin Marsh in the building. Much love in that super chat. And Dre's fine say good morning, fam. Just waking up. I'm trying to drink my Joe. That's what's up, man. I ain't having any coffee today, man. Myself.
Going on that Perrier over there.
Man, I'm on that Topo Chico, man. Mexico, viva Mexico. I was drinking Topo Chico in honor of that bum Jaime Munguia.
Oh, that was all the super chat?
That was the only ones that I didn't get to. Yes, sir. And thank you guys so much for your support.
Absolutely, man. So let's go ahead and move on to Jerron Boots Ennis versus E-Bob, man. Let's talk about that. That was a Friday night fight.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't wait to talk about Jerron. And, all due respect, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to my man, the historian, Kurt Sugar. I know he's very, very high on Boots, man. I'm going to go ahead and let you take the torch and speak your piece on Jerron Boots Ennis, man.
Well, just like I said, a fighter, I don't like fighters who can't transition from offense to defense and vice versa. Ennis is the polar opposites of Munguia, because of his genetics and perpetual and rhythmic motion. He throws wicked combinations. That I'm glad that guy Eyeball came at him like he was Smoking Joe. I started calling him Smoking Joe. I was like, go ahead, Smoking Joe. Bobbing and weaving and, throwing the left hook. He gave Ennis good work. Ennis said he got hit more than usual, but he was rolling with a lot of those punches. I'm very high in this kid, man. This kid is only 22 years old. He's being compared to Roy Jones Jr. He's only being compared. We're not saying he's the next Roy Jones Jr. He has to carve out his own niche, but you could see the talent. See, there's a difference where you could see the talent. His talent jumps out at you. He does good body work. That guy was taking a hellacious beating, man, and they had to stop the fight. He has great footwork. Once that guy, 2 years from now, he's going to be the welterweight to be reckoned with. And I argue with a lot of Virgil Ortiz fans because I tell people that I look at footwork is essential. In his footwork is Neon's better than Ortiz. Ortiz comes from a culture where he like to overwhelm you and stalk you and throw bombs. So I just told him go look at the Mayweather and Canelo fight, Pernell Whitaker and Chavez Sr. and King Zaire Rahim and Eric Morales, and that's what footwork can do to a fighter, And Ennis. He comes from a fighting family. I like his pedigree. He's humble except for the crazy costumes, but I don't care what he wear. I love to see him fight, and he's only going to get better. His ceiling is more than anybody, any prospect that's coming up. And this is not nearly the best Ennis we're going to see. He's still in the infant stages, and that's the scary part. And he stays in the gym. He's always in shape. He's a big welterweight that's very athletic naturally, great footwork, combination punches. He has everything. He has the uppercut. Now we got to see the intangibles. What happens if he get cut in the fight, knocked down? What happens when the guy don't go nowhere? But once this kid start to box, it's over for everybody because you're not going to be able to hit him. Because he's just that, gifted athletically, and there's been certain fighters in the past who has gifts and didn't have the intangibles, and they turn out to be nothing. Like Francisco Bajado was a very good gifted Mexican fighter. Kelsey Banks was a 6-foot featherweight who had it all. They was like, oh man, he's a can't miss prospect. He was knocked out and was never the same. Sugar Ray Leonard boy, Quincy Taylor, who wound up knocking out Leonard in sparring session, when Ray was getting ready for Marvin Hagler, he didn't pan out. Marvin Gaye, people forget he was a fight manager. He had fighters. The singer Marvin Gaye, he had a guy named Andy Price who people thought was going to beat Sugar Ray Leonard, and Leonard wound up knocking him out in the first round. So sometimes for whatever reason, a guy can have I'm going to add Fast Eddie Hopkins, who was probably quicker than Mildred Taylor, but things didn't work out for him. Whatever the reason, with prospects, they don't work out. But I got faith in Jaron Ennis. I think he's gonna be fine. The kid is hungry, so I want to see more of him. So he got to step up in competition. He could fight a Sammy Vargas or Josecito Lopez, somebody like that. I just want to see him step up in competition. But once this kid boxes and mixes up his attack, box and bang, it's over for all welterweights.
Heard that. All right, Fanon, the Ivy League Don, man. Let's talk about Jaron Bruce Ennis versus Bob, man. Let me hear your take, man. Let me hear what you got to say about Jaron Ennis, my man.
Man, I like what I saw of Jaron Ennis, and I like what I saw of Jaron Ennis a lot, man. He looked fast. He looked strong. Very, very talented, very, very talented kid. He got hit with them left hooks a little bit, a little bit much for my liking. But at the end, he said that, when he addressed that in the post-fight interview and said that he felt like the guy didn't have a lot of power, so they were really trying to get the knockout. He probably took a couple shots that he shouldn't have taken. So if he identified that, in this boxing, you're going to get touched. So I don't think that was that big a deal, man. I can't wait to see him step up and fight some guys, some legitimate 147. That particular dude looked like he looked like a little bit chubby and short at 147, man. So he might have been kind of a glorified 134, like a oversized he's an undersized welterweight. But I like Jaron Anderson a lot, man. I've been saying it for maybe for the last year. I know he went on that hiatus, but like I saw him fight a few times before he went on that hiatus. The promoter or manager related issues that he had. But now that that's over, man, he's looking real good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the future. I agree with Curtis Anderson, and I think that maybe he's a little bit. I think he's got a little bit more of an upside than Virgil Ortiz does. But it also depends on what his chin is like. And because I said though, he kind of reminds me of Marcus Brown, but I think it's just the beard and how he looked. Because I was like, why does he remind me of Marcus Brown? But I think it's maybe just because they're both outbox very, very well. But I think that Jaron Ennis is much more talented. He's got much more pop on his, and because Jaron Ennis can crack from what I can see. But yeah, that's my thought on him, man. I liked everything that I saw at the kid.
Okay, we got any super chats we catch up on for now?
Yeah, Stanley Brown said, "Good job on the commentating last night, KQKC."
KQKC, hit us one time with the super chat. Bless the super chat one time. Okay? Do the singing OG Monica one time. Do it for us.
Stanley Brown and that chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Singing OG. All right, man. We'll go ahead and go to matter of fact, since you singing OG, go ahead and sing about Jaron Bruce Ennis, man. Go ahead, keep singing.
Man.
Talk about the Urball fight.
Man, yes, sir. I like that. I like Bruce Ennis. Now, the young man he was fighting, I have seen this guy fight maybe about 4 times on Showbox, The Next Generation. And on Showbox, they had what you call 4 and out. Other words, they call it graduation day. You go from a contender to a prospect to a contender, whatever. And then you go ahead and move up to, Showtime on TV. And this guy is heavy-handed. If they didn't stop that fight, this guy would have left all his heart, every goddamn organism in that ring, because that's how tough this guy is. Now, Boots, yes, he was letting the trigger go. But I think he let it go too early, because we talking about a 12-round fight. You got to pace yourself. Yes, I know. You got to let them know that, hey, I'm here. I'm right here. I got power. Hey, this ain't going to be an easy fight. Yes, you got to do that. But you got to also pace yourself. Now, he did look good. He was very accurate with his punches. That's what I like. He was very accurate with punches. Now, like I told everybody, Terrence Crawford is not the only one that switches. They teaching amateurs to do that shit now. That's what they doing. They teaching amateurs to switch. Now, Kurt, remember, outlaw years ago, southpaws was outlawed. You couldn't even use a southpaw, but now, everybody's doing it. It's supposed to be used for a confused mechanism, but now, like the Charlos, they can fight a southpaw or orthodox with their jab. It doesn't matter. But Boots, now, he is a showman. First of all, you got to have you got to be a fighter of the people, like Deontay Wilder. You got to show, some kind of entertainment to go with that talent. Then once you get in that ring, then you show what you have. And he did what he did. He went southpaw, he went orthodox, he went down the middle. As far as body shots, he didn't go to the side, he went straight to the stern, straight away. And that backed him up. Then, of course, the young man, of course, young guys, for some reason, except for Jared Hurd, they do the Joe Frazier crossover, like that, which he's leaving his head open. And Boots was taking advantage of that. He was quick on the draw. And like I say, he's going to get better. We just see 30%. Now, in an interview, he said, you only seen 30% of me. You haven't seen the 50%, the 75% of me yet. He's just getting better, better, and better. And that's a good thing. And what makes it so bad after the fight, Terrence Crawford, he want to hang out with him. You need to try to hang out with Bob and try to get a fight. That's what you need to do. But that's not here or there. But, we'll talk about it later, and a video later about Josh Taylor going with Top Rank. But anyway, Boots Anderson, I think he's the real deal. I really do. He's young. He's not no trash talker. You ain't gonna find him out in no damn club acting a damn fool. You're gonna see him in that gym. He fought on the 5th, and he was in the gym on the 7th. Ain't that something? That's dedication. That's taking your craft seriously. That's taking your future seriously. That's taking your job seriously. That's letting you know that, hey, look, I'm serious about this shit. Because sometimes we don't choose boxing. Boxing choose our asses. And when they do, we have to answer the call. And when you answer that call, you got to get in there and put all the work in the gym. Now, by the time the fight comes, okay, yes, all the work is done. Now it's time to apply it. And once you apply that, what you learned in the gym, you should be successful. But first, your ass got to make weight, and your ass got to go out there. Fuck that filling out round shit. All right, go out there and let them know who boss. Let them know this is my house, this is my ring, no matter where it's at. That's what you got to do. And he's more mature for his age. That I can say. Yes, he reminds me of Earl Spence, but only in attitude wise. That's it. He know what he want, and he know who he want, and like he say, he want a championship fight in 2020. And if he plays his cards right, he should get it. So I don't have nothing really bad to say about the guy. I'm just excited to see what's next for him. At least he's not like the rest of these guys, don't want to fight. And when they do fight, they cherry pick. He say they go through 15 guys. 15 guys, because none of them want to fight him. Nobody want to fight him. 15 guys on every fight. So he at the point now, he just fight for whoever they put in front of him. That's what a champion do. They don't cherry pick. A champion just fight whoever they put in front of you. That's what you do. So that's all I have.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Okay, man. We got blood boxing. Before you take off blood, man, y'all jab that like button, man. Y'all let's get these likes up at least about 250, man. Come on, yeah, y'all do the right thing, man. They'll
Yes,
cost
sir.
you prime dime is $3.99 to hit that like button.
Right. Ain't no link cards over here, baby.
Yeah. Go ahead, blood. Take off, homie.
Hey man, to hell with that shit, man. We should have like 350 likes. They be doing us wrong, man. They like to just come by, listen to us, and don't support us and shit. I believe a lot of you sissies over in the UK be listening to us. We short 100 likes, and the reason we short 100 likes is because you sissies out there in the UK. That's why y'all don't want to rate our video. You don't want to smash it down, don't want to smash it up. But it's all good though. Let me tell y'all what I feel about Boots Ennis, man. Boots Ennis is a very skilled fighter, and you would think a guy like Marcus Brown, because he's such a good outboxer that's athletic, he could bring back a little bit of memory of a Roy Jones. But I'm gonna tell you what's different with this kid Ennis. This kid Ennis, he has a lot of skills, and he could switch from the orthodox. You know, the way he switches from the orthodox to southpaw stance, it just comes natural, man. This guy will do it right in the middle of. Within a few seconds, he'll switch depending on the fighter that he fights. The kid that he was fighting, I'm with you, KQKC. I had seen him before too. And I think if that kid moves down, because he was undefeated and he was knocking people out. He had 4 first-round knockouts, that kid. That's why he went in there. That's the only way he knows how to fight. But that kid there needs to move down. He's a little soft in the center. If he moves down to about 140, I think he'll actually be a good fighter. But you know what he did? A guy who's knocked people's block off in the first round tested Ennis' chin, because that kid does have pop, all right? You don't have to fight the top fighters to find a fighter that has pop. That kid has a lot of pop. Ennis tends to catch the punches, okay? He can do it all. And sometimes when a fighter knows that once he's tested his opponent out and he knows that he could get away with certain things, he'll take certain risks. And I think that that's the same thing that happened to Crawford in that Mean Machine fight, okay? Once you test the fighter, you realize that you could take certain risks, so they go away from their skill set a little bit, okay? So he went away from his skill set from time to time, but he was catching the punches and things like he just wanted to get that kid out of there. I like Ennis, man. I think that he's ready right now to fight pretty much any of the top welterweights. I hear people saying that he needs work and he needs this and that. In this environment of boxing, don't nobody need work, because none of these fighters fight, okay? These guys fight once a year, all right? So if he was to fight Danny Garcia right now, he'd beat his ass. If he was to fight Keith Thurman, I'd favor him to beat Keith Thurman with all the intangibles that he brings to the table, okay? He'll beat some other top welterweights too. Terrence Crawford wants to hang out. He wants to get buddy with him because he don't want to fight him. So he could use that excuse that he's using with Sean Porter right now. But, you know, we'll get to that later. The kid is ready right now for top competition. His father said that he'll fight anybody in the top 5. And I say, go on ahead and do it. This is the thing about it. In the 1990s, all right, and the 2000s, and, you know, Kurt Anderson, Stormy B. Man, all y'all know that shit. Even Fanon knows that in the 1990s that we was getting the fights that we wanted to get. These guys fought at a young age. Pernell Whitaker, when he fought, what's his name? No, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking Meldrick Taylor. Meldrick Taylor, when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, them guys was in their 20s. Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, they was in their 20s. All right? A lot of these guys fought for championship fights when they was 22, 23 years old. Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearn. Them guys was in their early 20s, okay? We don't need to wait around all day for these guys to get up in their 30s and then start fighting. I like Ennis's approach. I like his attitude. I like the skills and tangibles that he brings to the table. And sky's the limit to the kid, man. He could do it all. Tall, athletic, outboxing, could come into the inside, got power. He got everything you want, man. That's all I got to say about him, man.
All right, real quick. Hey, KQKC, man. I think we got ghetto like boxing.
Yes, sir.
Got a super chat, man. Go ahead and bless that super chat one time for us. I
Oh,
don't know what.
Ghetto Life Boxing. That's my dude. Yes, sir. And that chat. Appreciate you, Ghetto Life Boxing. Thanks for the call last night, KQKC. My DAZN froze up. That's all right, my brother. That's all right. That's what I'm here for. That's what the LWC taught me. Hey, keep going, keep grinding, do what you do. All right. So don't worry, I ain't gonna let you down. All right.
Let me get my take on Jerron Booth Ennis, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I think that Jerron Booth Ennis need to be in there fighting these top guys right now. I don't see what else he need to do. You know what I mean? To me, in my opinion, he looked like he just as polished as Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I just think it's just the matter of you putting him in there with those guys. You know, he blew his wad. Maybe I didn't see the first round. I caught it like in the second or the third round, but he blew his wad. He probably blew his wad because I heard him saying that he didn't respect the dude's power. You know what I mean? So he chose to stand in the pocket and trade with the dude, and he wanted to get him out of there. You know what I mean? But all those things, like he knows how to, change the tempo on shots and not load up, and he knows all those type of things, and the fluidity of him switching, like the way he switched, he switched so natural. You know what I mean? I would love to see him versus like I said, like Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. You know what I mean? Like soon. I want to see that soon. Sean Porter will, but I don't really think that. To me, I don't really like putting Keith Thurman in the equation because I don't take Keith Thurman serious no more. I don't think he got the hunger to be a fighter no more. He just looking for a paycheck and he ain't trying to climb to the top. But as far as Ennis though, I think that a lot of these guys gonna continue to turn the fight down. I don't see Danny Garcia giving Ennis a shot. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna take that. He ain't gonna pass the Philly towards the end. I don't see that happen. And the only person I can really see giving him a shot right now for the breakthrough fight, I think that him and Ugas probably would be a good breakthrough fight. You know what I mean? A good test to step up. And I wouldn't doubt that Ugas would give him a shot. I think that'd be real interesting. And if they do make that fight, that'd be huge, man. That we really, really could be able to gauge Jerron Ennis a little bit better too as well. But like I said, a lot of these guys don't want to fight him, man. So apparently the risk is not worth the reward. But we're gonna see. I would like to see a little bit more head movement in the pocket. But like I said, he didn't respect the dude's power. So we'll see. We'll see when the competition step up. Maybe his game will elevate, like you said. That's pretty much all I got on that. If anybody else want to add to that before we move on to the next topic. Everybody good?
Yeah, I wouldn't move that dude that fast, man.
You wouldn't? Why you wouldn't?
Because I would have him fight somebody. I would fight him fight a bigger, more like a pressure fighter, like a Josecito Lopez or somebody like that, before I moved him up into like somebody like Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. Because I just don't know what he's gonna do it when he deals with somebody that is his size, that can really make him pay for mistakes. I just like to see him, because I just don't want to. I wouldn't want to rush him more. Not that I think that he doesn't have a chance to beat those guys, because I think he's got all the skills, to compete at the very top level at 150, at 147. But I would rather see him get in there with some real tough, real warrior. If not a Josecito Lopez, even like a Luis Collazo, somebody like that, man. Because right now, I think Mike Arnudis, I think that's the best, the most experienced guy he's been in the ring with. So I like to see him with something that good. I wouldn't want to rush it too fast. But when he gets up to maybe, up into like a Josecito Lopez, and then after that, maybe a Ray Robinson, somebody who fights more of a, somebody who's a big, kind of come forward fighter, strong body attack, and then maybe, kind of more of a slick fighter, like a like a Ray Robinson or somebody like that before he jumps on all the way up there, because I mean he's gonna own that if he can really own that division. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to see him in a situation like, hey, watch this blood, like Terry Norris getting in there with Julian Jackson a little too early.
Yeah, but the thing is though, I mean he how many fights he got? About 25 fights?
24.
24. I mean, next year he gonna have to anyway, it was kind of wishful thinking, by the way. I know they ain't gonna get him up with him right now. But I mean, he gonna, like you said, I agree with you on the little step ups like the guys you named and all that. But eventually, man, I think by the end of next year, I think we need to see him in there with like a top, like a those top tier guys at least get a shot. But I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, I don't think that he's gonna be at 140. I don't think he's gonna really fight too many of those guys at 147. I think that he's gonna be too big to hold that weight in the probably the next year and a half, man. That's a big kid, man. I believe about 5'10".
Yeah,
coming down to 147.
You're right, Trap. I don't think I said the same thing last night after he got changed and was talking to Shakur and Terrence Crawford and they were walking out and Fight Hype, of course, was chasing him down and I looked at the kid, and that's a big boy. I mean, it don't look like it on TV, of course, but when you get them close-ups on cameras, he ain't gonna be at that weight very long. I can see that right now.
Not at 5'10", he ain't.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
mean, it could happen at 154 though.
Yeah. And I can see that right now. I can see it. So you may own to something you and Fanon, so I looked at that real good and I'm pretty good at telling, because it's because when you making weight or try to make weight and you forcing yourself to get down to a certain weight, knowing that it's a struggle, you're gonna be like Mikey Garcia. Mike Garcia was throwing all up in the elevators and stuff. I mean, just take a toll on your body. You don't have no other choice but to move up. But don't be like Gervonta Davis, undisciplined, and still move up and still don't make weight. I mean, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard of. Then Floyd want to move him back down, to fight Leo Santa Cruz. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard of. I mean, but I'm gonna say Floyd for Monday. But anyway, yeah, he's an asshole. All right, but yeah, you're right.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, Kurt. Go ahead.
When you have a young star fighter, you pick opponents, you pick tricky opponents. When Mike Tyson was coming up, he fought a guy by the name of the Fighting Cowboy, James Quick Tillis. James Quick Tillis was a very tricky fighter, knew every trick in the book. And that fight was designed to frustrate Tyson. And it did. Tyson didn't get the knockout. So, depends who your team, you just throw your fighter out there like Emmanuel Stewart. He threw Tommy Hearns out there. Tommy Hearns he was beating good fighters like Bruce Curry, Donald Curry's brother.
Right.
And he he knocked out Pepino Cuevas. That shook up the boxing world because that's when everybody took Tommy Hearns seriously. You got to remember, when he fought Leonard, he was only 22 years old.
Wow.
And to Leonard's advantage, he had experience because he had that rivalry with Duran. But if Tommy was a little older, because remember, he was leading on all scorecards, he didn't know how to hold. That was a lack of experience. Now, if they would have fought like a year later, Tommy would have beat Ray. Ray had the detached retina, but it depends who your team are. You throw your star fighter out there, like with Victor Ortiz. They fought Roscoe and Mauricio Herrera. Guys like Javier Fortuna and Mauricio Herrera, they're designed to give your fighters work. But your fighter going to win, but, give them some rounds, give them some work, frustrate them.
Make them look bad.
That's by design, and with Ennis, I want to see him fight somebody like a Ray Robinson or Vargas, because I think he's ready now, man. I like this kid a lot. I'll be shocked if he doesn't pan out. but it's boxing. It can happen. But my intuition tells me that this kid is the real deal, and he's not going to be a welterweight for long. He's still growing. He's 22. I would like to see when this kid is 24, 25, when it's prime, man. I'm telling you, man, he's going to beat a lot of people because he's naturally gifted, like Pernell Whitaker was and Floyd Mayweather. He has gifts, man. Adrian Bruner had gifts, but he didn't have the intangibles. He didn't take boxing seriously. Same with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman didn't have those gifts, but when Keith Thurman was beating Carras and Diego Chavez, I said, man, this guy is going to be a problem. But he didn't take boxing seriously, So that's why he lost to Pacquiao. But I think in this is the future of the sport.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, man, as far as like skill wise and talent, I don't see no separation from him, the top guys. To me, I just think that even if he was to lose, he's young. He can still bounce back. I don't think that none of these guys is stronger and that much better than him just to make him curl up or beat the dog out of him and discourage him. I don't think so. I don't think that none of these guys is a major level, a level above him, anything like that. I think he's right there with those guys, man. And we don't know what he got until we put him in there with him. That's just my opinion, though. But I would love to see him versus the Ubis, though. I would love to see that, or like a Limpiness or somebody like that. But definitely, man, I don't see why not put him in there with those guys. But that's just my opinion. But we're gonna move on to the next thing. We're gonna talk about Clarissa T-Rex Shields versus Ivana has been the whole post fight. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Who I'm gonna start with? I'm gonna go with Blood first, man. Blood boxing, man. Tell me what you think about the Shields versus Has-Been fight, man. Doing with the whole.
You want me to start out on Clarissa Shields?
Hold on, because I know what your build-up story like and all that. Yeah, I want you to start off. Go ahead and blow the roof off the panel right now. Go ahead, take off, Bud.
Man, listen. So Shields finally fights what's her name, Ivana or some shit? Ivana girl, the Ivana Has-Been.
Yeah, the Croatian girl, yeah.
I don't know how to say her name, man, so y'all excuse me. Ivana does indeed have this smart-ass dyke personality that I'm not feeling. After seeing the presser and taking a closer look at this Ivana girl, deep down inside, I found a place where I was rooting for Shields, okay? I'm not even going to lie about it. I really don't like Shields that much, to be honest. I really don't like her. I want to like her, but I'm still not going to show her much support at this time. I still think her brother is a bitch-ass nigga, and if that little bitch nigga wants a fade, I'll give him one. That's the way I feel about it. Only a coward hits a 70-year-old man while his back is turned, and it's going to continue to come up, man. It just is. I think I heard Shields say that little faggot-ass nigga was at the fight, man. Yeah, she won 3 titles. That's what they're going around saying now, is that she won 3 titles and 10 fights. It just shows you where women's boxing is at, man. I don't have much respect for women's boxing. There are no more Ann Wolves and Layla Ali's. I think Shields, I think she's a top 5 women's boxer of all time, though. Don't get me wrong. At this time, I still rank the coal miner's daughter ahead of Shields. I may take more interest if she really does decide to go MMA, okay? She been calling out Amanda Nunes. I mean, forget this Habana girl. That girl was a bum, okay? Shields, you got to do something interesting when you're a woman fighting, okay? She been calling out Amanda Nunes, which is cool. I respect her for that. Nunes seems interested in giving Shields the plastic strap on, but only in MMA. Nunes is about the only female fighter I have any respect for. Shields fights, all of their fights are garbage. She hardly knocks anyone out. And, I'm just giving my opinion. I know some of you sucker for love ass niggas like her. I'm expressing my opinion, just like all these sucker for love ass niggas following behind Shields and supporting her and shit, all right? This is my fucking opinion. You got yours, nigga, okay? Don't start with all the vaginal bleeding, okay? Because I have an opinion, okay? I'm not going to make any uploads on the girls, so don't worry about it. And my opinion is fuck her and her dyke ass sister and cowardly brother, especially her brother. All right, that nigga could die riding a wet broomstick for all I care. As for her sister, I heard she thinks she a stud, but my dick got hard as I noticed that big old ass her sister has. You know, I smashed. Come on over here. I'll show you how a real nigga get down, okay? I'll smash that vagina, and after I'm done smashing her, I'll hit her brother. I'll smash a bottle of Crown Royal across her brother's fucking head. That's right. You know, I'm not being disrespectful. She else could get the dick too. I'm being respectful. I'm saying that her sister got a big old ass, and she else could get the dick too. So I'm being respectful. I'm giving the sister credit for being a good-looking sister that, you know, could get on her knees for me. But she needs to step up and you know, to MMA, man, because women's boxing is shit. It sucks. She's the face of boxing, of women's boxing. So that just shows you where women's boxing is at. And I wish Layla Ali was in her prime so she could come and give that kid a beat down, a spanking. I know, like I said, listen, a lot of people showed up to support her. I think Andre Ward and all them, you know, all them bitch niggas was there. Crawford going there trying to be buddy and all other little buddy system and shit like that. But like I said, I respect the girl, man. But fuck her and her family. Fuck the whole Shields family, man. I'm for real. Her little brother, that motherfucker should be incarcerated. And yeah, I know I'm not talking about the fight because it was a bum fight. That fucking girl can't fight. That Habana girl, that bitch been beat up all over the she's been beat up several times. Look at her fucking record. I saw a fight with some girl beat the shit out of her and stopped her. Some other girl that I never even heard of, okay? Clarissa Shields got feather fist, okay? She got no power. She can't punch worth of shit. That's how I feel about her. That's all I got to say, because if I continue, I'm just going to continue to go downhill on this shit. So I'll pass it on. That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right, so now to Don, man, you go ahead and do your thing, man. Take the mic, bro.
You're on mute for now.
All right, sorry about that. All right, man. I cannot give Clarissa Shields credit for some shit that if a man did it, I would be dogging his ass for. Okay? Moving down in weight, moving down 2 weight classes is not a fucking accomplishment. Other than the fact that you.
Hey, Fernando, when you get done, not to cut you off, bro, but do the super chat when you get done, bro.
Oh, yeah. Stanley Brown said, I agree with you, Blood. And, man, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel, man, in the super chat, man. Brothers UK says, nice to see Blood being polite this week, man. Blood is always getting my shit demonetized, dog. This motherfucker, everything be going cool. And then all of a sudden, pink dildos come out.
See, you said it. I didn't say dildo. You said it.
You said a pink strap on, dog. What the fuck you think the algorithm don't pick a pink strap on?
They don't pick that up in the sensors.
Yeah, you called her a dyke. You called her all kind of shit.
Nah, man.
That's okay. That's why
I was respectful, brother. I was respectful.
Yes, you respectfully called her a dyke wearing a pink dildo. Got you.
No, I just said
blood. Hey,
that's what I said. You brought dildo up. I didn't say dildo, bro. I was, I was using language. I was being respectful, bro.
What'd you say?
I said strap on. You said dildo, so you just fucked up your monetization. So for now on, for the rest of the show, all of us could just say what the fuck we want because Fanon fucked up the monetization just now. So, we could say strap on, dildo, all this shit now. You know what I'm saying? And plus, look at Stanley Brown. He said he agreed with me too. I mean, come on, man. The bitch, Clarissa Shields is a fucking straight up bitch, man. After that shit happened with Ali Bashir, I'll never fucking forgive her for it. And she's still going around acting like a little brat bitch, okay? And her brother is a punk ass nigga. And I want to take a bottle of Crown Royal, and hit his ass upside his motherfucking head and knock him out. And I hope that they listen to this too. And if I ever see her little brother, I want to fade right away with that little bitch nigga. I'll put my foot so far up in his ass, man. All right? I'll put it, he'll be shitting a size 10, a size 12. That's right, I got a size 12 foot, nigga. I put my foot so far up in your ass, you'll be shitting a 12 or 13, you little fuck nigga. And fuck you and the whole Shields family. But
all right, man, but you are right in the middle of my thing.
Blood.
He has
Phenomenal time, bro.
some mental issues, man. Okay, he got some mental.
Phenomenal time. Blood.
shut up, man. I'm just saying, bro. Okay,
Hey,
go
Blood,
ahead. Find out, man.
We'll get back to you, Blood. We'll let you wrap it up in a minute. Go ahead, Fanon.
All right, man. So this is my thing. I ain't letting that late weight loss shit slide, man. Okay. She's moving down in weight. Okay. Nobody gonna give nobody credit if who's at 168? If David Benavidez went down from 168 down to 160, then down to 154. Okay. That's just not how that multiple weight class shit works. Okay. If you already that damn big, take your ass up in weight. I'm wondering where this how people just get this, just overlook that shit. She went from 168. I mean, she went to no, she wasn't 168. I don't know what the actual weight is, but she went from super middleweight to middleweight to super welterweight. Now, I ain't hating on Clarissa Shields. I'm just saying, isn't that the opposite of what motherfuckers supposed to be doing? Ain't she supposed to go from that to light heavyweight to heavyweight? Where's this? Oh, she's the first person. Dude, Lomachenko went up. Lomachenko didn't go down. What is this? Right. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, I don't even understand that shit. John, you could be like, yeah, I beat Lomachenko. He went up. He went from 130. Not, first of all, that whole shit is bullshit. Okay? The whole shit's bullshit. But if you are going to point to that 3-weight class that is in the shortest amount of time, he went from 130. He went from 126 to 130 to 135. He didn't go from 126 to 122 to 118. Who the fuck is giving anybody credit for that? Come on, man. Let's not be hypocritical with shit. And the other thing, she is not anywhere fucking near Cecilia Brækhus. She's not anywhere near her in accomplishments. Nowhere near her. Okay? Cecilia Brækhus has 36 fights. She's got 9 knockouts. By the way, does Clarissa Shields have any knockouts?
No.
None.
At
Well,
pro.
I think she got 2 or 3, right?
No. She had one knockdown last night.
No, she got 2 knockouts. 10-2, 10-0 with 2 knockouts.
Yeah, she got 2.
No.
Why did she celebrate for the first time? Hold on.
Not as a pro. She never had no knockouts. She said last night that was her first knockdown.
No, that was her first knockdown, but I think she got 2 knockouts.
TKOs. If she didn't get a knockdown, that's TKO. Regardless.
Okay.
Dude, she is not the GOAT because she has not accomplished anywhere near what Cecilia Brækhus has accomplished, man.
Correct.
And you just gotta be fair about the shit. Okay, I know she's American. I know that she's from Michigan. She seems to be a very, very good person. She's a 2-time Olympic champion, all that good stuff. But look, man, Cecilia Brækhus has the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, the WBO. I ain't caring about the IBO. And she's defended it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. And before she defended all those belts 11 times, she defended the WBC, the WBA, and the WBO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Oh, actually 10, 11 times. And before she did that, she defended the WBC and the WBA once. Dude, she got 36 fights and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And only 10 of the 38 fights do not include multiple fucking belts. I mean, you can't, it's just not fair, man. You can't do it. Okay? That shit is what people are doing to support Cecilia Brækhus is worse to support Clarissa Shields is worse than what people were doing with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Dude, come on, man. This woman has been a champion. She's been a unified champion since 2008, man. It's 2020. You can't just put Cecilia Bray. Clarissa Shields has not done 1/3 of what Cecilia Bray has done. And that's just a fucking fact. Just a fact. She's going down in weight, and what she's done is excellent, and I appreciate the marketing mechanism, but you're just marketing her. That's all you're doing. When you say she's the GOAT, you're just marketing her, okay? If you mean that as in, like, you know, no matter what you think about pastries from Philadelphia, you know, Tasty Cakes is named Tasty Cakes, whether you like it or not. If you mean, because it's just a brand, Tasty Cakes brand. So if you mean she's the GOAT, like, yeah, that's her name, kind of like, you know, somebody else might be known as the Crusher, then cool, call her the GOAT. But don't say that this chick is the greatest woman of all time when there's a woman that's fighting the same time as her that has accomplished literally 300 times what she's accomplished. It's just a fact. But as far as the fight itself, she looked good. She looked a lot stronger at super welterweight than she did at super middleweight. But that's to be expected because she dropped weight and she's fighting smaller women than when she started. But she's a very good fighter. Cecilia Brækhus moved to 154. She said she would, but then Eddie Hearn signed her. Eddie Hearn signed her, so now more than likely she's going to wind up fighting Katie Taylor at a catch weight. But that's like Katie Taylor saying that Katie Taylor is the greatest woman of all time. It's just, I'm just not buying it, man.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to Kurt Sugar, man. Kurt Sugar, tell me what you think about Shields versus Hadley. What's your whole thoughts on last night?
Well, the pros and cons.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm about to jump in here. What the fuck are you talking about, Ack Reacher? He defended against nobody. Are you fucking nuts? This chick has defended the shit against 20 people. What do you mean? What do you mean she's defended against nobody? How many fucking female boxers do you know? Don't sit here and act like Ack Reacher. Respect to you, man, but don't sit up here and act like you some super versed ass dude about female welterweight division. Who the fuck is Clarissa Shields fought? You act like you heard of her people. You fucking heard of Hazaman before? Come on, man. Don't try that, man. Dude, just give her credit, but fuck, you guys are overdoing it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm out of hand for that. But shit.
Well, the pros and cons with Clarissa Shields, she was in great shape. Her jab was sharp, even though she was missing a lot, but the jab is designed to control the pace of a fight and your opponent. The thing she has the look of a big puncher, but she's not. And she misses a lot of punches. You know, I mean, a lot. She misses a lot, and she's right there. You know, she misses a lot of punches, and she can place her punches better. She went to the body well, but she should get these girls out of here, man. She don't, you know, I mean, she's still winning, which is good. I mean, the story with Bashir Ali cuts close to home because I came up with Bashir Ali, you know, so I know him very well personally, and you know, I didn't like how she, you know, took everything, you know, in about the situation. She's cocky, you know. If you box her, you can give her some problems like Hannah Gabriel, knocked her down. You know, her defense gotten better. You know, that's because of John David Jackson. She moves her upper body, but I want to see her in with, you know, better opposition. I mean, that's women's boxing. You know, it's top heavy. You know, I wish they had better opponents, but it was a good performance considering who she was fighting, you know, but she just misses a lot of punches, man, you know, and I'm like, you know, I mean, she's good, you know, my favorite female fighter of all time was Lucille Riker because she had talent, you know, of course, Ann Wolfe was strong and Ali was good, daughter, you know, but Lucille Riker was my favorite. You know, but Clarissa Shields, she's an okay fighter. I don't think she's as good as advertised, you know, but she's decent. She's improving. But She was in marvelous shape. I could see that during the weigh-in, and that's why her jab was sharp. And she could have fought another 5 rounds. You know, I don't like the 2-minute rounds, but that's neither here nor there. But you know, she looks the part of an all-time great, but she's not that, not yet. You know, and she doesn't have the power I thought she had as an amateur.
Heard that. My brother KQKC, go ahead and catch us up on the super chats real quick, man.
He can't read them.
Let me see. How many we got here? I see Omega Red. Let me see who else. How many we got? Just one?
No, we got like
let me get him real quick, man, because the only way you can see him after a couple seconds is if they go away. They'll go away. You gotta have only way I can see him is on this back screen. Corey Yellowman Jackson said, "Good morning, OGs. It's true. Is it true? Clarissa Shields' purses from her last few championship fights was less than 100,000. I couldn't speak to that. Does anybody know?
Nah, I don't even know, man.
Yeah, I couldn't speak to that, man. Nino Brown said, if it's about accomplishments, Bud is top dog over all the welterweights. Not at welterweight. He ain't accomplished jack shit at welterweight. We'll get into that. I can't wait. Clarissa Shields is the queen of boxing. No denying that. She's the money fight in women boxing. By the way, I just want to let you know the chick she beat last night, who is Ivana Hasbin, that chick, Cecilia Breakers busted her ass 6 years ago. Okay,
right. They went 12. Yeah,
she beat her ass 6 years ago. So, and if you knew who Hasbin is, then you know somebody got their ass whooped by Cecilia Breakers. Man, y'all don't know anything about Cecilia Breakers. That's the thing that I can tell. You haven't been following Cecilia Breakers. You started, more than likely, you guys started watching female boxing with Clarissa Shields. But, you know, I could be wrong. Clarissa, B&B Boxing says, Clarissa don't sit down on her punches. That's why she's not getting knockouts. She needs to work on mechanics. And I do believe that's it. So go ahead, Trap, with the direction you were going.
All right. KQKC, go ahead. Take over, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, my thought is with this, Clarissa Shields, she did her jab has gotten better. All right. She's not throwing the 1-2. She's throwing like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 jabs fast. And some might score, some it's a rangefinder. And sometimes she put herself out of position, trying to do things that she's not worked on in the gym yet. Yes, she do need a lot of improvement. And yes, she did win 3 titles in 3 different weight classes. But with Fernand on this, I would not call her the greatest woman of all times, not after that many fights. Now, when you become 34-0, and you've seen every style of fighting it is, and you just about fought everybody, then you can say you're the greatest woman of all times. Cecilia Brackett is 34-0. Now, yes, she is a good fighter, Clarissa Shields. But, you know, I think that's a bad move to go down. Always stay up, you know, or move up, you know. But she's working on a few things. Her and John, they make a good team. And she do need to work on a few things. And she's getting fatigued a lot. I noticed that. And she straightened up her punches. She's not as wild as she used to be. Remember, she got tagged and got knocked on her butt. Then that woke her up and she won. You know, stuff like that, you know, you got to work on, you know. And I mean, I'm not faulting her. Don't get me wrong, because she haven't had that many fights. So you can't call yourself the greatest woman of all times if you haven't had that many fights. You have to understand that, you know, and you got to understand this also. She's learning how to go to the body, because she put old girl down with a body shot, and I don't know how durable she is or this and that, but she did knock her down with a body shot. And she said, wow, that's my first knockdown with a body shot. You know, she was happy about it. Okay, great, good. But like I say, Cecilia Brackers have done that before. you know. But Kurt said she had 2 knockouts, but she said she haven't had any. But that's why, because she's not sitting down on her punches. She want to be fast, she want to be fast like that. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but you got to hit something. And all the movement, all the lateral movement, in order to sit down on your punches, you got to stop. Then let loose. Then get out of there. Hit and don't get hit. Counter punch. That's what you have to do. Use your angles. There's a lot of stuff she can do. And there's a lot of stuff she can work on. So that's my take on it. But I won't call her the greatest woman of all times. Not yet. I mean, she might be on her way, but not yet. And I like her. I like what she's doing for Detroit. I'm Flint. She dyes her hair blue every fight to represent Flint, Michigan, and the water condition. Okay, I like that. I like what she's doing, by giving back to the community. Because Florida ain't did shit, but she has, and she keeps in touch with the Durrells. They from Flint, and Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward. They all pretty good close friends. But she'll get there. She's still young. She's a 2-time gold medalist, and she knows what she needs to do. So that's all I have.
Okay, so that's it, KQKC?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, I respond to a chat to a couple chats real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, man. Will y'all get out your fucking emotions, okay? Now I ain't gonna say who keeps getting in emotion because I don't want to start no fight with anybody particularly. But get out your feelings, man. It's fucking math, okay? She's 10-0 with 2 knockdowns, with 2 knockouts. She holds all 4 belts. Another woman is 34-0 and is held all 4 belts for 3 times, for at least twice as many defenses as Clarissa Shields has fights. Okay? It's just what it is, dog. Okay? It's just what it is. You don't get to jump to the front. With me, you don't jump to the front of the line just because you like somebody. And that's the only reason that I can see you guys would do that, because you like her. And you trying to say, like somebody in here, much respect to you, but you said, I like Cecilia Brækhus, but y'all just hating on Clarissa Shields. She's got 10 fights, man. The lady's got 34. She's defended 4 belts, like twice, 3 times? If she's done it 3 times? Come on, man. Just be fair about the shit, because then when it winds up happening to a fighter that you like, you get all pissed off about it. What if Clarissa Shields was the one with 34, with 20 title defenses of all of those belts, and Katie Taylor came around, was 9-0. And then everybody's like, Katie Taylor, we've never seen it before. Dude, shit, Katie Taylor is like 15-0 with 6 knockouts. Katie Taylor's got 3 times as many knockouts as Clarissa Shields does. And she holds all the belts at her weight division as well. Just come on, man. And how you can be like, she ducking Clarissa Shields? Clarissa Shields has 10 fights. She's got 10 fights. How long has she been ducking Cecilia? You think Cecilia got all of the fucking belts and then ducked on her in the future? Just stop, man. I mean, it's a bad, and I'm telling you, the argument you guys are making is just a flat out bad argument, okay?
It's the same thing that you would say about the Lomachenko fans, though. See, the thing about it is they don't realize these same guys would have problems with the Lomachenko fans, saying that he's not had enough fights and stuff, and then they want to flip it around when it's somebody that they like, just because there's some pussy involved and they some sucker for love niggas, and they want to put their face between Clarissa's thighs. I understand that, bro, but damn, be fair about the shit, okay?
Everybody clear their chest.
Just my guy, blood.
Man, I'm just saying, man, we like Clarissa Shields. But
yeah, I do. I like her a lot.
And she needs to grow as a fighter, man. But for her brother, though, I don't like her brother though. If they need to bring these fights to the South, if I see a brother, I'm gonna spit in his fucking face, okay? And if he wants to fight, I'm trying to catch a charge for bodily harm. That's right, intent to disable. You punk motherfucker. That's all, man.
Here's a picture of Clarissa Shields signed to the LDBC.
Heard that.
All right.
To the T-Rex Shields, you know what I mean? But let me go ahead and talk about Clarissa Shields real quick. I thought she looked the good in her fight. I thought she was sharp, you know. Like KT said, the quadruple jab was sharp, you know. But the thing is, oh yeah, and the body shots was amazing too. I got to give her props on that. But the thing is, you know, she definitely got to grow up a fighter, man. I don't think she get the proper on her shots. You know what I mean? And you get in close quarters with her, she smothers her work. She can't get no good leverage on her shots. You know, and to me, I think she still got like an amateur style. You know, she haven't really just developed a pro style yet. You need to learn how to use the ring a little bit more, sit down on those shots, and get these girls up out there, at least, you know, drop them a little more. But I thought Zana Heisman, I thought she seemed like she had it, you could tell she had like an emotional chip on her shoulder coming to the ring walk. You know, she looked like it was real personal. And as soon as the bell rang, you know, you could just tell she kind of just threw her game plan right out the window, even though I didn't think she had much chance anyway. But it's just like she threw a game plan right out the window, man. And then when she seen that how fast Clarissa Shields was, how you know, her athleticism, her hand speed, it kind of threw her off, and it seemed like she just couldn't adjust until later on, until Clarissa Shields slowed down and was resting on the ropes and stuff like that. She was able to get a little work in, but she was smothering her work as well. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but Clarissa Shields got a lot to learn to me, in my opinion. I think I'll give her some props if she beat Cecilia Breakers, though. I'll give her some props for that. But as far as the quote and all that, I don't know about all that, man. I don't see that. You know, I think Ann Wolf will come back and probably smoke her right now. Probably 4 rounds, it'll be over. You understand what I'm saying? But she definitely got to develop more, you know. But salute to Clarissa Shields. She did her thing, and she was next for the girl, Cedar Roof. She said she wasn't ready for Clarissa Shields. That was a good fight. That first card, the Espinosa versus Ellen Cedar Roof fight, that was a banger. They put it all out on the line. That was more like a main event type of deal. So if y'all ain't see that, go back and catch that fight. Definitely was a barn burner. But everybody.
Oh, hey, Trap.
Yep.
By the way, just along that point, Ann Wolf is the same weight class as that Clarissa Shields started in. Is the same weight class Ann Wolf fought in. And if y'all think she beating Ann Wolf, you out your fucking minds.
You know, Ann Wolf would do something bad to Clarissa Shields, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. She ain't polished enough for no Ann Wolf. And I'm gonna tell you something. I wouldn't mind seeing her give what's the name that rematch? Hannah Gabriels. I wouldn't mind seeing that rematch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that rematch. She said she was gonna give her a rematch, but we're gonna see. But I mean, eventually she got to fight somebody because there ain't too many women fighters out there. I mean, we got a few to select from. You know what I mean? So eventually they're gonna have to, you know, get in the rotation with each other. But
well, her and Christina Hammer.
no, not Hammer. I'm talking about Hannah Gabriel. You
know? Okay.
Yeah, no. Hammer. I mean, it was an okay fight. You know, pretty good fight. Okay, let's move on real quick, man. Let's get the whole panel stirred up and riled up. This is what everybody really been waiting on. I know Fanon and KQ and whoever else. You know, everybody been on that Terrence Crawford thing. So let's talk about Terrence Crawford, man. And we're gonna give our thoughts on that. And I'm gonna start with I don't know. This is a toss up between Fanon and KQKC here. I don't know who talk about Terrence Crawford the most. We're gonna go with Fanon. Go ahead, Fanon.
What's the subject? I'm sorry, I was still stuck on something else.
Terrence Crawford. You said you couldn't wait, so go ahead.
What's the subject about with Terrence Crawford?
His homeboy. You know, just the whole little fiasco that's been going on. You know, it being vocal. You know, you know, the whole whatever they talking about, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, you know.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Here's my thing, man. Terrence Crawford. That whole thing is fake, man. That whole thing is fake. Terrence Crawford knows that he's not fighting Errol Spence Jr. next. He knows that he ain't. He knows that he's not fighting him next because Errol Spence and him have talked about it on the phone. They know that. So the whole idea of him talking about I don't want anybody but anybody with the belts and all that stuff is bullshit because he knows he's not fighting them next. The whole thing that he did in that beginning of the week when he had that when he had the you know, all those tweets going out with his friend. Hey, yeah, that all his friend making the tweets and getting on videos and doing all that shit. That's just a fucking deflection so that he didn't have to talk about fighting Sean Porter. All that thing started with a conversation with him about him fighting Sean Porter. And Bud is just the prima donna, man. He's behaving like a prima donna. He ain't fought nobody at 140. He has not fought anybody at 147 pounds. And there ain't nothing wrong with him fighting Sean Porter because Sean Porter got as much to offer him as anybody else that he could be fighting. He's not gonna fight. He didn't fight anybody in his last fight. He didn't fight anybody to fight before that, or 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 to fight before that. And he's I want Errol Spence, but you just playing fans because you know that fight's not coming up next. That whole conversation went from will you fight Sean Porter? Because we know you're not fighting Errol Spence Jr. next or Manny Pacquiao next. Will you fight Sean Porter? And he says, I'm not ducking anybody. People saying I'm ducking people. I'm not ducking anybody. But then he changes the subject to Errol Spence Jr. And then his trainer reaffirms that he ain't fighting Sean Porter. Just fucking fight Sean Porter, man. Fight Ugas. Fight somebody, man. I mean, just the idea that we got to sit around, that people should sit around and wait for him to decide. Well, I mean, obviously people got to sit around and wait for him to fight, to decide to fight somebody. But let's be real clear, he's going to be fighting nobody next. So this shit just is fucking ridiculous, man. He need to fight Sean Porter, fight Ugas, fight somebody, man. Because it's just, and the whole conversation with Errol Spence Jr. is bullshit because he knows he's not fighting him next. Errol Spence Jr. said he was fighting Danny Garcia or Manny Pacquiao next. The whole thing with him doing that shit on Twitter was just fucking a fraud because at the end of it, he says, oh, just pick up your phone and call. Oh, hey, I'm going to call you. Pick up your phone. He didn't ask him, hey, man, can I have your phone number? Can I have your phone number so I can call you? He didn't say that. He said, I'm going to call you, which means he already had his phone number to begin with. And I know he has his phone number because I talked to people in Errol Spence Jr.'s camp that have said for a while that Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford are friends. All this shit Terrence Crawford was talking about on Twitter was just bullshit. It was just bullshit, distraction, hoopla for the media. He knew damn well before that conversation started that Errol Spence Jr. wasn't ducking him because we already had this conversation. Errol Spence Jr. and him met. It was either the Maurice Hooker fight or it was either Maurice Hooker or Jamel Herring fight in Dallas, the DAZN card. So it was the DAZN card that I believe it had to be Maurice Hooker. The Maurice Hooker card in Dallas, where they got on Ellie Sethback's channel, they went back and forth and they talked to each other. They exchanged numbers. Dude, Terrence Crawford just doesn't want to fight Sean Porter. He doesn't want to fight anybody with any type of serious competition. And I personally believe it's because he thinks that Errol Spence Jr. is an easier fight than Sean Porter. That's my take on it.
All right. Before we move on to the next person, man, we got 520 some people in here, man. Y'all, let's get the lights up at least 450, man. At least 500. That'd be good. Let's get the lights up, man. Come on, y'all don't highway robbers like that. Y'all were window shopping, hearing for free, and ain't even trying to give us the likes. But next, we're gonna move on to my man. I know you thirsty over there, KQKC. You just hold tight. I'm gonna make sure you don't go to sleep. We're gonna go to my man Blood Boxing. We're gonna hear what he got to say about this whole Terrence Crawford fiasco.
Go ahead, Trap. You could get them super chats, man. There's a couple of them.
Oh no, that's what I meant to tell you. Yo, do the super chats, Blood, if you don't mind, and go ahead and cook on.
Okay, yeah, we got Kenneth Johnson in the super chat. He says salute to the OGs, and then we got the shot coming through. He says Bud says that he'll fight them all, and then says in the same breath that he only wants Spence and Pacquiao. Yeah, that is true. That's what I heard him say, man. He said at one time that he'll fight them all. He's sending mixed messages. There's no doubt about that. We got Wally the Scott Bay in the super chat, man. He says, much appreciation to the OGs for always keeping it 100. You know we do that over here, man. That's how we get down, man. And the Shy, man, you right about what you say, man. We appreciate all of you guys in the super chat, everyone who joins the page. You guys are also shortening us, man. You guys really are shortening us on the likes. That's why I think that a bunch of people over in the UK. What?
Hey, Blood, let me not get what's her name? I believe she had a super chat.
There's 3 of them.
Peach, Georgia Peach, Denise.
Truth Speaker. You let me just run them real quick because I got them on another page where I can just see them. So I know I'm not gonna miss one.
All right.
Truth Speaker said Clarissa Guo, but need to stay away from Amanda Nunes. Nino Brown Boxing. I don't think I actually read this. I said, with what criteria is Manny Pacquiao the number 1 pound for pound? The Georgia Peach Denise, who y'all do not need to be touching. Okay, do not block her. Do not censor her in any way, shape, or form. Said thank you for the coverage, especially on the topics of women's boxing. Y'all chopping it up. Kenneth Johnson says salute to the OGs, and then the Shy, my man Stone Love. I definitely always want to read the Shy because that's the first dude who ever gave me a heavy super chat, man. The Shy used to go by the name Stone Love. Bud says that he'll fight them all, and then he says the same breath he only wants to fight Spence and Pacquiao. Wally the Scott Bay, much appreciation to the OGs for always keeping it 100. And let me hit this refresh, and then I think we should have had them. There you go. All right, back to you, Trap.
Go ahead, Blood. Go ahead and cook, my man.
Okay, man. Shit, let's talk Terrence Crawford. Once again, I'm going to say that I agree with Crawford's little buddy. Okay, Crawford's little buddy brought it to social media. Y'all saw what happened with all of that shit. Okay, and I agree with some of the shit he said, and I agree that these trash ass title holders need to throw away all them damn bubblegum belts, man. So he was right about that. He was correct in what he said about the WBC. Once again, I don't remember hearing anything about the WBC being the prestigious belt until I heard it mentioned on Fight Hype, like in 2008 on Ben Thompson, I think the guy's name is, okay? So when you guys say that, every time you say that, you're following, a Floyd Mayweather nut hugger is what you're following, okay? Whenever I hear that come out of someone's mouth, I end the video right there on the spot. As soon as they say something like that, I'm done. I don't like regurgitated Fight Hype boxing talk. My boxing IQ is way too advanced to listen to any of that fairy tale crap. However, the kid was wrong about the WBA. The WBA comes from the NBA, not the Ring magazine, okay? As far as the kid speaking for Terrence Crawford, I think all these fighters that lack the personality to create a buzz for themselves should utilize and identify a social media person of some sort, okay? Their promotional companies are failing miserably, such as Bob Arum with Terrence Crawford, who doesn't promote him worth a shit. He's too busy focusing on Lomachenko and all Josecito Lopez and all of these guys, okay? If these fighters don't like what's being said on social media, they should get someone to question some of these media men and YouTube pages, and that includes the boxing spreadsheet, blood boxing, and retro boxing and documentaries, okay? That includes my platforms, all right? Even though I'm always accurate on the information I bring forth. As for Crawford, he has to understand that he is not any type of cash cow, all right? And he has to understand, too, that he will never hold the position Floyd Mayweather held during the birth of social media. You know, all these guys, they could get together, they could act like bigots together, him and Andre Ward and all of them, but there's only one Floyd Mayweather, okay? You guys will never be that, ever, okay? With advanced streaming and oversaturated pool of bubblegum title holders, that kind of income will indeed never be generated again. Until we have a fighter that is willing to take on all comers, I still think he could beat these PBC fighters. Crawford, he could beat a lot of these PBC fighters, but he has to be willing to go in there and prove it, man. I don't know why he's holding back. He's sitting back like he's some big old star or something like that, like he's Floyd Mayweather or something. Like, you know, somebody even know who the fuck he is. He can't even get 5,000 people to watch him on ESPN platform He fights on that platform and still don't nobody know who the fuck Crawford is. Go outside and ask anybody, hey man, when Terrence Crawford next fight is, they're not gonna know who the fuck you talking about. You got a better chance with Errol Spence, Sean Porter, and them guys. He could say that Sean Porter don't got a belt, but what the fuck does belts mean, okay? If your boy is saying that these guys need to throw away all these bubblegum belts, and Crawford is saying that Porter doesn't have a belt, that's sending a mixed message. So just be accurate when you bring forth your information and your argument. You got your boy speaking for you because you don't have the personality to speak for yourself. He's saying that everybody got bubblegum belts. Then you going around saying that Sean Porter don't have a belt. So are you holding the belts in high regard or not? Okay, so that's not a good enough excuse. More people know Sean Porter than know Terrence Crawford, all right? Even though Crawford went out there and he got undisputed, nobody knows about that except for hardcore boxing fans. Shit, there's still people out there in this chat right now in the comment section who think that one belt is the only belt. There's a lot of casual fans out there. They see a championship fight on TV. They say, oh, that's the champion there. Mongia come up there with some kind of belt, some kind of bubblegum fucking belt, and he's the champ according to them. All right, that's how they look at it. Terrence Crawford he needs to take a fight with anybody, any kind of PBC fighter. The Danny Garcia fight would be good for him. The Sean Porter fight would definitely be a very good fight for him. Sean Porter's more popular than he is. Okay, so that would be a good fight. If Keith Thurman was still a factor, it would have been a good fight. Unfortunately, he did not get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Bob Arum treated him like shit. When he had Manny Pacquiao, he didn't bring forth Manny Pacquiao. He didn't do what he needed to do as a promoter to get these two guys to fight each other, okay? Nobody's doing shit for Crawford. The boxing media don't really respect him that much. He's now starting to get involved in this buddy system. He was around there pulling Ennis' dick last night, trying to get out of a fight with Ennis. That's the way I look at it every time I see his bitch ass. And he going around acting like a little media fanboy, a little fucking Instagram model, because at first he tried to portray this image like this ice cold Thomas Hearns type image, and now he's going around acting like a little bitch. Hey, bring the guy forth to speak for you, because you don't have the personality. We prefer people to speak for themselves, okay? But since you don't have the personality and Bob Arum isn't promoting you, then bring forth the motherfucking guy. But you're running out of time, nigga. You 33 going on 34 years old. He might already be 34. His time will be up soon, okay? What he needs to realize when he's being disrespectful to certain media, because I seen him out there last night, he was on Fight Hype and all that shit. He go to Fight Hype and them, but he don't fuck with y'all. I told y'all that 2 years ago that he wasn't gonna fuck with y'all, okay? But the thing that he got to realize is that we was watching boxing before his ass came around. We'll be watching boxing after he leave, and he's running out of time. That's all I got to say.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let KQKC say his thing, man. I see Blood. He doesn't have to say what he had to say. So go ahead, KQKC.
Well, I've been talking about Bud all week, basically, and let me put this down. And he has been really, really. Now, at first, I felt bad for him, but I don't feel bad for him because he's a grown ass man. He knew what he was getting himself into. He knew about Bob Arum past. He knew that ain't nobody gonna treat him no different than Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Mikey Garcia, and on for fighters that's on the lower part of the tier of top rank. Now, Bob Arum been doing that for years. But when you take a fighter out of their element, like Omaha, Nebraska, like Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you have to perform no matter where you at. Now, Terrence Crawford has this chip on his shoulder. Not this chip of saying I'm better than you. Well, sometimes he do. But he has this chip on his shoulder that he's mad at the world. Or if you say something bad about him, he's ready to sue. Like I mentioned once before, it was someone in the LWC. Used to be. And he sat there and sent a letter and said, hey, take that video down. Like I told everybody, send me a letter. I would say, fuck you. And I would ride it out till I go to court and say, okay, I'll take it down. But I would get my 2 cents in. But Terrence Crawford, he's pissed off because everybody else know his business. Everybody know his business. And he didn't know it. Earl Spence had to tell him that we talked about it already. We talked about what they did, what we said we wanted. Me, Bob, and Al, we talked. You had to sit on the porch. Like I said, you know how the Hell Angels, they got going to church. What that means that you go in the clubhouse. If you got a patch, you can go in. If you don't have a patch, sit your ass outside. And that's what they made Bud do. See, he could have been his own boss too, but he's too goddamn lazy to do it. Because, see, he had to understand this. Now, Sean Porter, when he lost to Earl Spence, they already said, hey, look, we're going to try to get the Crawford fight. Because I know right now that nobody wants to fight Sean Porter. But no, he paid Stymie, the second black little rascal, Tim Bradley. He paid him $20 to go out there and talk that shit. Remember this, people. That contract was signed and delivered before he even got with Top Rank. He didn't come across the street. He wasn't even across no damn street. He was in the water. Fury was. So stop talking that shit, Tim Bradley. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody get across the street. You know, it's a lot of people who would want to fight you. I mean, here, Regis Prograde say, hey, he'll fight your ass. Sean Porter fight your ass. Danny Garcia will fight your ass. But no, you still sit there and have an attitude about PBC. Then you have some flunky make a tape. Just talking about everybody that not talking about you, but commenting about you. Now, I talk about your ass. Now, make a tape about me. I don't give no fuck. But do it. I dare you. But see, he heard me before. But see, he want to fuck with guys that ain't going to fuck with him. But I will. And I don't care. You know. See, all week, he been getting on my damn nerve. All that crying and shit. You know, look, you're a grown-ass man. Okay, your mama didn't say she didn't love you. Okay, we get that. All right, get over it. I'm from Inglewood, Chicago. I know a lot of people been do worse shit than that and came out to be doctors, lawyers, practitioners, every goddamn thing. You know, so get over it and grow the fuck up. All right? You made that choice. You made your bed. So your ass lie in it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, KQKC. Wake the panel up. We're gonna go ahead and move on next to my man Kurt Sugar, man. We're gonna see what he got to say about T-Bud Crawford and the whole, fiasco that's going down. So go ahead and give me your take, Kurt Sugar.
Well, man, Terrence Crawford is not the same person he used to be, man. He's become very stubborn and diva-like, and much to my dismay, he was a true fighter, still is, but his attitude has become very shoddy, man. He believes nothing moves through him, and he believes him and Errol Spence is on the same playing field, which that's not true, because Earl put himself in a better situation than Terrence Crawford. I'm afraid we don't fight these guys, man. He's just going to be a footnote. His career, his legacy, is going to be lacking. He needs the opponents, man, but he's not going to defer to anybody. I don't know, man. He just moving different these days, man, than the Crawford I knew early in his career. He'd be at the fights, him and Jerron Ennis are friends. Now he'll fight anybody, but it has to be on his terms. When he say he says he wants to dictate everything. Um, the Sean Porter fight is a natural. It should be made, but for whatever reason, it's not. He doesn't really have choices and opponents like Spence does. So he has to fight these guys on the PBC side. We talk about him all the time, man, and it's become tiresome, man. And I'm just not used to this, man. Seeing guys act like divas, even divas back in the day, like my favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. They fought Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. Those were divas who like to bang and fight and will fight any and everybody. But when you got guys like Crawford now, who's different, it's very frustrating, man. It's a turnoff. I can't like really take up for him like I used to, man, because he's making all the wrong moves. I can only respect his talents in the ring, but when you ain't fighting top tier opponents, man, it's only going to go so far. I mean, I don't got much to say because the whole situation, it upsets me, man. I'm just not used to these new school dudes, man, how they move and the skinny jeans. Not only that, but they personalities, man. I didn't come up, in this, I just don't fit in this era, man. Feel out of place. Not used to seeing guys act like this, man. You should, him and Earl Spence should have a multiple fights because the fights are natural. You're both undefeated. You're in the same division. You're top two of the fighters are top 5. I got Earl at 4 and I got Crawford at 1. The fighters are natural. Now it will be a travesty to the sport of boxing if they never fight. Sean Porter, even though he lost, he has more respect than any fighter right now. For giving Earl a tough fight. He's always in a tough fight, and listen. We all want to win every fight and be undefeated. If you don't, you will have respect for the fans by giving it your all, and that's Sean Porter. He's the quintessential blue collar, give it all I got type of fighter, and I have a lot of respect for him. And right now I have more respect for Porter than I do Crawford, man. And I just want to see the fights, and it's just frustrating. We got to make video after video after video after video for Crawford, or his strange reluctance to not to put himself in a bad situation, so the fights can't be made. And we know he's a dog. That's the way he fights. He gets hit. When he's in between those ropes, man, he's a dog. But I noticed the change when he re-signed with Bob Arum. Somebody close to them told me, man, that he got a lot more than we think. That's why he resigned. So I don't know. I don't like getting into money and this and that. I just wanted to see the goddamn fights, man. So, it's frustrating, man, but I don't got too much more to say about it. It's just I'm waiting patiently. That's it.
Okay, for now, you catch the super test real quick.
You're on mute for now.
You're on mute for now.
Thank you. Ken R. Smith said, this is B-Mac and Bud to Aram morning. Morning, boss. Aram to mule quitting time, boss. Aram in the morning. Not quite sure what that means, man. 78 Sports TV said, I laugh my ass off. KQKC is cooking that Nooka, Bud, and D-Style Boxing in the building, man. Much love, support, man. Subscribe to D-Style Boxing. We caught up.
Okay. Well, look, man. I know y'all looking for a big old rebuttal out of me and all that, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth off the rip. Yeah, my stance is still the same. It ain't changed from 2 weeks ago. It's still the same. I still want to see title holders chase title holders, if needed be. But this is the thing is, look. Now, if just say for instance, if Earl Spence was to fight Manny Pacquiao right now, and they say, okay, Bud, we're gonna give you Sean Porter. And if you get past Sean Porter, you get the winner of Terrence Crawford versus Pacquiao. And if he chooses to do that, I'm cool with all that. You know what I mean? I think that's fair. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm gonna tell you the thing about Sean Porter. And I know a lot of people gonna say, "Oh no, we ain't gonna." Yeah, a lot of people gonna say this. If Sean Porter and Bud fight, they're gonna say, "Oh man, he fought Earl leftovers. Oh, Earl already softened him up. Oh, Sean been through too many wars. Oh, this, that, and the other." You know, it's kind of like a no-win situation. You know, we don't know if he gonna get credit because he don't get credit now. And truth be told, if you look at it, Terrence Crawford, when he came and got the belt at 147, he beat the man that beat the man. He beat Pacquiao, Jeff Horn. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't understand why everybody is dismissing this credit at 147. Yeah, I mean, you can say what Benavidez, all that, whatever. But at the end of the day, it worked both ways, though, man. I think that Sean should be. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, Kenny Porter said it and all that." Look,
But okay,
hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna let you get in. I'm gonna let you get your feet. Check this out. I think that if Sean Porter, call out Terrence Crawford, man, I think that fight can happen. You know, that's just my opinion on that. And far as like the Danny Garcia, look, I don't really care to see Danny Garcia fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think that if Terrence Crawford versus Danny Garcia fight, then they're gonna say that Terrence Crawford chose Danny Garcia over Sean Porter. So I mean, what are we gonna give him credit for? You understand what I'm saying? Who are we gonna give him credit for if he fight either one of those guys? And another
Sean
thing
Porter.
is, okay, we say that now. We say that now. We say it now. And then when the fight over with, it's gonna be all type of crap. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get to so this is what I want people to answer this. I understand Pacquiao is a big legend and all this other crap. And I don't know what Earl and Terrence said over the phone. I don't even care. But this is the thing is this. It's crazy that all the fans really want to see Bud versus Earl, but for some reason it's okay for him to fight Pacquiao first. I get it both, and if the shoe was on the other end, I know Bud would probably take that fight first, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? But the fans really want to see Earl versus Terrence Crawford, no doubt about that. I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao is not the biggest draw. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, why is it okay for him to come back and fight Manny Pacquiao or versus he come back and fight Terrence Crawford right now? I don't see what's the big deal? Why we can't get what we want right now?
Because it's an easier fight to be made with Pacquiao than with Bob.
Yeah. That's what they say. The fight can be made, man. These fights can be made.
Hey, hold on, pause real quick,
hold on. Huh?
No, hold on, pause 1 second. I just got a note from Ron Finkley. Whoever blocked somebody with a green dot on their name, next to their name, if you block somebody with a green dot next to their name, I'm gonna take your wrench. I don't know who did it or where it is because I cannot see it. But if that's possible to do and you do it, I'm taking your wrench. People with green dots next to their name, man, are somebody that contributes to the channel on a regular basis, man, like automatically. Don't fuck me over, dude. Or the wrench gotta go straight up. So I can't see who got blocked. But whoever blocked somebody with a green dot on there, dude, you for real do not do that. All right, thanks, KQ. Go ahead, Trap. While I try to figure out who it was that got blocked.
Yeah, but I think that when it comes down to who signed where and who fight on where, I just think that it ain't really helping us, man. I just think that we just need to put pressure. To me, all I'm saying is this, man. I just think that we just need to stick to the whole. Let's get the belts first, man. But like I said, if they can throw Sean Porter in the claws, if Terrence Crawford, not Terrence Crawford, if Earl Spence can get Manny Pacquiao first, and they say fight Sean Porter, and you get the winner, hey, bro, I ain't got no problem with that. Or even if Bud and Sean just want to fight right now, I don't care. I really don't care. All I want to do is I just want to see who is the best out of these guys. That's all I want. I don't want to sit here and argue. I don't care who said this and who said that. I don't care about all that. That's pretty much all I got. I ain't gonna go on about it because
But
it ain't easy to.
what I was saying is what Terrence Crawford has said that I'm the man that beat the man that beat the man. Okay, but he's not, because Manny Pacquiao is not the man. Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao. So if you want to say Floyd's the man, then say Floyd's the man.
Yeah, but he's saying that he got more closer to like a lineal trace than these other guys do, because you got to understand Floyd vacated those belts. Those other guys didn't knock nobody off to get those belts. See, Terrence Crawford knocked Jeff Horn off. Jeff Horn knocked Pacquiao. Those are legitimate wins. Right. Floyd left the belts. He just let them go. Am I right or wrong?
Well, yeah.
Floyd is retired anyways. Why bring him up? He's been gone. Floyd
I'm trying to explain. No, I'm trying to explain to him. Hold on. I'm trying to explain to him.
I'm just trying to figure out how is Manny Pacquiao the man when someone already beat him, you know. But I see what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
He's active and Floyd is not active. So that's what he's trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I get it.
So anybody else got anything else to talk about that?
That's convoluted, man. Everybody know dang on well, man, that Terrence Crawford ain't the man. Ain't the man at 147 pounds, man.
I know he just made that statement. That's all.
Hey, but look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Me personally, I think that Manny Pacquiao is still dangerous enough to possibly do. I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know. We can't even count Pacquiao out. We still rob Pacquiao off like he just gonna lay down and lose to these guys if you get a thing with him. We can't count Pacquiao. Pacquiao is still dangerous to me, in my opinion.
Was he fighting Spence next or what? Is Spence fighting Pacquiao? What's the deal?
See, this is we don't even know, and that's what I'm saying. None of these cats know who they finna fight.
Listen, man, I'm going to say
we know who he's not gonna fight. We know that he said when he was on Fox in that interview that he's gonna fight Danny Garcia or Manny Pacquiao next. Danny Garcia is a WBC mandatory for him. At least that's my understanding. I got a report from I listened to Blue Blood interview Kenny Porter. He said something a little different, so maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure Kenny Porter would know better than I did. But my understanding is that he's either going to fight Danny Garcia next, or he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. And he said he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao has a lot more money. And I disagree that more people want to see Terrence Crawford fight, man. But I think more black people want to see that fight. I think more people, hardcore black fight fans, want to see that fight. But there's a whole lot of people that don't give two shits about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is not some mega popular fighter, man. He's he's somebody that is really known and respected by hardcore boxing fans, man. But he's not. That Errol Spence Jr. Terrence Crawford fight is not much bigger than Danny Garcia Errol Spence because Terrence Crawford's not bringing any different demographic to the table than Errol Spence is. It's like they basically have the same fan base, you know, or some close. There's a lot of cross section between those fan bases. Terrence Crawford ain't no big superstar. I just think we want to see that fight.
Look,
Errol Spence has either. Terrence Crawford don't have the supporting group that Errol Spence has, and I'm going to say it again. Errol Spence, in my opinion, needs to take off the whole 2020, man. His extreme fans, they have their opinion. I have mine. So I think that the Pacquiao fight is a dangerous fight for Spence coming back from that accident, man. If Spence takes the fight, though, I would like to, if he does take the fight, I just want to see Spence at his best. Let's just put it that way, man. I don't have nothing against Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. I support both of these guys. Errol Spence had an accident. We don't really know where he's at right now. As far as Errol Spence and his extreme fans, some of his fans, man, his fans are way out of the roof, man. They're just as bad, in my opinion, as the AJ protectors and the dark chuckers, man. Their pussies bleed every time a nigga got an opinion that is not parallel to theirs, man. So, I'm just saying, man, we want to see Errol Spence at his best, and we want Terrence Crawford to fight somebody, and that's the bottom line, man. If he fights Spence, I just want Spence to be at his best, man. I think Spence should take a warm-up fight before he. I think Danny Garcia is a good fight. The Pacquiao, I agree with you, Trap. The Pacquiao fight, they're underestimating Pacquiao because he's gotten older and stuff, but he's still a very dangerous fighter, bro. I respect him.
But look, let me say two things before we get to the super test real quick, man. First of all, man, the whole popular shit. I mean, look, man, we here to watch boxing, man. I ain't come here for no popularity contest, man. These guys, belt title holders, they need to get in there mixed up. I don't care if you got one guy that got 10 supporters, another guy. Look, it ain't no excuses, man. We come to see the best fight the best, and that's just it. I don't care who got a big following, who got a little following. You understand what I'm saying? That's irrelevant. You know what I mean? That's totally irrelevant. The whole popular shit. I don't get that. But let's go ahead and get to the super chat real quick, Fanon, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. Clifton Price says, shout out to the OGs for chopping it up, man. Thank you for your support, man. KP from KC 5 says Spence beat Brooks for the belt. They didn't have Willie Williams, man. Much love in that super chat, man. He said, I don't believe Bud just resigned with Top Rank because he had something else to do. Floyd couldn't leave Top Rank. Bud may never say Bud own him. Bud said himself, Bob said himself, our contract will go longer than Bud fight. That says it. Wawa 9302010. Much love in that super chat. And I think that catches us up. And by the way, I just want to just on your point to clarify, I'm not saying that it matters that, well, I mean, I'm saying that as far as Terrence Crawford and who he fights next, he's not fighting Errol Spence Jr. next. It's just not happening next. So since it's not happening next, he's got to fight somebody, man. And since he's got to fight somebody, she might as well be somebody that is a good fighter, man. Because, man, Sean Porter's a better fighter than Egis Kalvanakis. And he's a better fighter than Jeff Horn. He's a better fighter than Amir Khan. He's a better fighter than Jose Benavidez.
Look, I agree with you, Fanon.
It's a better fight.
I want to see the fight. I can't make the bands, look, all I'm saying is this. I think that how everybody critiquing Bud on saying that he don't really want that fight, I don't agree with that. I think that people got to look at it from both sides. Sean ain't really pressing that like that, bro. Can't nobody tell me that. You can say Kenny Porter all you want to. Sean is not pressing for that fight. If he did, he would have pulled a Macho Man Randy Savage joint like how he did on Danny Garcia. Y'all remember that? He'd pull up on like how he pulled up on Keith Thurman. You understand? Talking about how he wants to fight. He don't want it like that. You can't sit up there and throw Kenny out there and say he want it now because Kenny said so.
No, he said he wants Errol Spence. He said he wants Errol Spence.
Who you talking about? Sean?
Yeah, Sean said he wants Errol Spence.
No. Sean, look, Earl ain't nah. I understand that it was a good fight and all that, but Sean gotta wait, bro. We trying to see the best. We trying to get to the belt. I love that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch right, later on. But we need to get to the point. But the thing is this, look, my opinion, I know Earl ain't gonna do this, but I just think that Earl should take some time off, bro, because I think that Danny Garcia and Manny Pacquiao is a dangerous fight coming off of from what he just been through. Just my opinion. You know what I mean? But we're gonna see. It's gonna be a good if he get past, all that, it's gonna be a good storyline. It's gonna be a hell of a storyline, man. A heroic storyline. But
Especially take the whole year off, man. Cause I don't trust him coming back. He don't look right to me when he did that interview. And if he fight any elite fighter, man, he's gonna lose. He needs to take the whole year off, man. He's not superhuman. This goes beyond boxing. Right. It goes beyond skills. Your body is not designed to fight after being in a car crash or a motorcycle accident. You're really not the same. You need to take like at least a year off, and he talk about coming back in the summertime. If that happens, man, he's going to lose. We trying to match up all these welterweights, man. And, and he shouldn't fight Danny Garcia or Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is still very dangerous. See what happens, Floyd beat people like Canelo and Pacquiao, make it look easy. That's the testament to how great he was as a fighter, you know. And just because he beat him easy, that don't mean Crawford or Spence or Charlo, whoever, gonna beat guys like Canelo and Pacquiao easy, because they still mopping the floor with everybody, you know. And you know, as much as I like Crawford, you know, I'm not sure at that level. Manny still has a lot left in the tank, and he's very seasoned and experienced on that level, on the A level. It's one thing to be experienced fighting B and C level fighters, but it's a whole nother animal when you fight in A level competition. You know, him being in a big fight is like a glass of water, so you can't, you know, look past that, man. Manny was very comfortable. If you look at it, his body language against Keith Thurman, you know, he can't do the things he did before physically, but mentally and psychologically is nothing to him. So you can't look past that.
You 100 on that, Kirk, bro. I agree with everything Kirk said. That's the way I look at it too.
So for those who saying I'm retracting, I don't understand what they saying how I'm retracting. First of all, I just gave my opinion on what I thought that Bud should do. I'm not Bud, Earl Spence. You know what I mean? That's just from a you know, having consideration from the brother. That's, you know, that's being realistic. I'm not saying, but he already got his mind made up to fight anyway. So that's just being wishful thinking. But you said Jay Cooley, you said he should fight Bud first. The reason why I said that, Jay Cooley, because look, what people fail to realize, Bud sat there and said, not Bud, Terrence Crawford said that, Earl Smith said that he don't want no tune-ups and all that. So that's the reason why when you say that, now you open up for that, bro. I mean, come on. He said he don't want that. That's why I said that. That's the reason why I say he should fight Bud first, because the fans want to see that fight. But is it a bigger money draw than Manny Pacquiao? Of course not. So I don't understand where you got confused at, Jay Cooley. He said, and Reggie Owens. You know, how am I retracting? Man? But shout out to Nino Brown in the super chat. I might not be able to catch them all for now, but I'm gonna take it out. He says popular compliments, Shields and Earl Spence are the most popular breakers, and Bud have an overall career accomplishments. I see different energy. Any more super chats we got out there for now? We got Ben.
Yeah, man, my man. Krypton Price says shout out to the OGs for chopping it up. Big shock to God says, or Big Shack to God says, Pac beat Thurman. Pac beats Keith, makes him the best route for Errol. And the Nino Brown popularity or accomplishments, Shields and Errol and most popular, but Breakus and Bud have overall career accomplishments. I see different energy. I don't know what you're talking about, man, because I'm gonna look at that. Shields and Spence, I think you're saying, are more popular than Breakus and Bud. I don't know that Clarissa Shields is any more popular than Breakus than Cecilia Breakus. Matter of fact, I don't think she is. She's more popular
in circles only, if anything.
What do you say?
They get boxing circles and the regular public confused. You know what I'm saying? Just because she's on Fight Hype all the time, all in the camera, don't make her more popular than anybody. She ain't as popular as fighters from the past, such as Ann Wolfe and Layla Ali, them, and she ain't and break none of them, man. She ain't no more popular than them, man.
She's not more popular than Cecilia Breakus.
Exactly.
Overall, Cecilia Breakus is very big in Europe. She sells out. She had gigantic shows out in Sweden. You know, I mean, I don't get what you mean, man. And by the way, there is not that big a gap between. There's the gap between the accomplishments for Bud and Errol is nowhere near the gap in performance between Cecilia Breakus and Clarissa Shields. That is just, there's no comparison between the two of those, between the resumes of Clarissa Shields and Cecilia Breakus. Cecilia Breakus literally has three times as many unified champion defenses as Clarissa Shields has fights. That's not the case with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has a belt at 135. He unified at 140, and he's got one belt at 147. The difference in resume for Bud and Errol Spence Jr. is solely the number of weight classes that they fought that they fought in. Not even in the competition that they fought, because Errol Spence Jr. has fought better competition than Terrence Crawford is. I mean, Terrence Crawford fought Ricky Burns and Yuriokas Gamboa, maybe Victor Postol. Other than that, whoop-de-fucking-do to the whole thing. But he's a great fighter. I just don't see your comparison, man. I think you're out there reaching. But Bud is more accomplished in his career overall. I'll say that. Let me be clear about that. I do believe that the being a unified 140-pound champion and being a three division champion is a major accomplishment. And I still have him as my number one pound for pound guy in boxing. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Trap.
So we got BNB boxing news. He says Earl can still smash our welterweight. Salute, OG. Well, we got to find out, bro. We got to find out when Earl get back. You know,
we don't know. We don't know. Bro. I mean, Earl's not Superman. He's human. He's a fighter. You see how bad that car crash was? We don't know. And if he wasn't a fighter, if he was just walking the streets, you know, he's still having a rough time. You talk about physically going there and trying to overwhelm an opponent, you know, who's throwing punches at you. You're coming back from a devastating car crash. So we don't know, man. We want our fighters to be superheroes. They're not. So we gotta see how he look. He better not fight no elite fighter in some, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, I literally talked to his dad, and his dad was like, why wouldn't he come back? He didn't suffer any major injuries other than his teeth. Yeah. I mean, that's what he told me. So I mean, I'm gonna take his father. I usually don't do that. I'm sorry. But I'll take his father at his word. He's like, why wouldn't? Because I asked him, I was like, man, is it okay to say that, you know, that he's back in the gym? And he's like, why wouldn't he be back in the gym? He's like, man, they felt like they were really blessed. There's something, you know, that it was really, really scary to start with, you know, because, you know, obviously it's just a really terrible thing to go through. But they're saying, man, that he didn't get any physical damage to him. Nothing significant to hold his career up. I mean, I'll take the man at his word, man.
If they love Earl, they won't let him come back. If you really love him, they won't let him come back in the summertime. Just like those idiots that surrounded him. Because I saw the video when he was in the club. He had all his money in his hand, and nobody, you know, called an Uber or a taxi or drove him home. You know, so that I'm worried about who's around him because he's so popular. You know, people become yes men. I wouldn't have let him drove home. And not only that, if you really love him, because his father or people around him, Derrick James, gonna be like, oh, he's fine. You know, they're gonna say that. But you know, if they love him or they knew any better, they'd be like, you know, why rush it? You know, if he doesn't want to take the whole year off, I mean, at least the fall, at least. But I think May or June is too soon.
Like I said, man, you know, I hear people in the chat talking about Earl gonna be Earl, but you know, the proof gonna be in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. That's with anything in life. You know, the proof is always in the pudding. So, hey, man. But other than that, everybody, we good on that. We ready to move on?
I'm good.
Okie dokie. So we're gonna go ahead and bounce around to this Josh Taylor signing with Top Rank deal. And Kurt Sugar, man, go ahead and take off, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook on that first, man. What's your whole take on Josh Taylor signing this deal with Bob Arum, and you know the whole thing after he getting out of the World Super Series, and also I'm gonna add an additional question on to that. It's a two-part question. So what do y'all think about? Because I have an issue with this, and I'm gonna address it. But what do y'all think about Bob Arum waiting to sign these guys that's winning the World Boxing Super Series and not even putting his top guys in the tournament? What y'all think about that? Kurt Sugar, you go ahead and click on that.
Well, you know, I like the signing because I want to see the Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez fight. And, you know, They both have 2 titles. It would be for all the marbles. That would be, excuse me, that would be a fight of the year candidate. It'd be a great fight. I got Taylor beating Ramirez, but Ramirez is getting better with each fight. I just think he's a little bit too aggressive. Josh Taylor, even though we talk bad about UK fighters, he's legit. I don't care what anybody says. You know, I like his performance against Prograis. He had to dig deep. I like his performance against Postal. You know, so Josh Taylor is a very good fighter. But, you know, Max Kellerman got him in the top 10. You know, I like Taylor better than Inouye, who they got rated higher, you know. But I want to see the fight, you know. Bob Arum is taking advantage, you know, you know, and I can't blame him for that. Josh Taylor is hot right now. So if you can get a fighter who has a lot of momentum going for him, why not? You know, I love to see Josh Taylor on ESPN. You know, I think he's a draw. You know, I really do. You know, he has Fury, Lomachenko, and Taylor. They may be, you know, hitting messages behind it, but who could blame Bob Arum getting a legit fighter from UK? You know, I don't know how he's going to catch on in the United States, but it wouldn't hurt to see a guy who could fight in your living room on ESPN who will have more exposure now. So I think the signing is pretty good myself.
Now I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, KQKC. Matter of fact, hold up. Catch the super chat. I don't know how many we got for now, and I can't really tell. So if you could catch the super chat, be nice real quick.
Yeah, for sure. We got B&B Boxing News that Arrow can still smash all welterweights. Salute OG. Bees Nuts 22 said, if I'm Spence, I would stay away from Pac. He's not a tune-up. And Bees Nuts again back in that super chat said, much love to all you guys. Great show. Thank you, man, for the support.
Heard that. All right, KQKC, you go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Now, Josh Taylor. Okay. Now, we all didn't know this, but maybe some did. But he's been on the market for 3 weeks now. Now, of course, you know he came from Cyclone Promotions, which is Barry McWiggin and Shane McWiggins, the McWiggin family, the ones that had Carl Frampton. Now, they part ways adequately, at least he thought, till they came out with that article. Now, a promoter job is to make fights for your fighter. Well, he said they breached their contract. They didn't take care of him. But Barry McWiggin said, yes, we did. We brought him from the amateurs up into the man he is today, the fighter he is today. But I get what Josh Warrington doing. You know, he wants
Taylor.
Excuse me?
Taylor.
Taylor, yeah. I'm sorry. Josh Warrington. Yeah, that's the other guy. Taylor doing. He wants to unify. You know, and then look, you got Ramirez. Then you got a former unification of fighter, Terrence Crawford, the one been sitting on his ass for 10.5 months. All right. Then Rank, a big promotion company, and only thing that puzzles me is why did Eddie Hearn go for him? But it's something probably that we don't know about, whatever. But they still haven't mentioned what was the problem. Why did Josh Taylor leave? But that is a good fit, Kurt. That would be a good fight. Now, Bob Arum, now he has a good, decent, maybe super fight. Who knows? Regis Prograis might want some more of that action. Who knows? But I tell you, it's all in the mix now. Now, maybe we might get them fights that we've been asking for in 2020. But they're going to have some unfinished business. Now, if Josh Taylor had to sit his ass down while they're in court, then that probably was going to have to happen. Because Barry McWiggin, he's not taking no for an answer. Now, remind you, this is not a big It's not a big promotion company. So I don't know if they had the funds or they couldn't pay them right or what, but they believe that they did their job. They did their duty. And they believe that, hey, look, I brought this guy from the amateurs all the way up to pro to the man he is and champion he is today, unified champion at that. So, but again, he's a good fighter, and I think Regis won that fight when he fought in the Super Series, but this is a good fit for Top Rank because this is what they do. Now you got Lomachenko over there. You know, you got Josh Taylor now over there. You got Telefino Lopez over there. Now, where does Terrence Crawford fits? You see, where do he fit over there? Because now Bob got a whole new young blood coming through there. I'm not saying Terrence is old enough, but he is 30 something. And boxing is the sweet science, and it is for young men. So, therefore, there are going to be some big fights coming through the pipe on Top Rank side. So, and that's going to make ESPN happy. So, therefore, you know, I think he made a good choice because he's been searching around for 3 weeks and nobody really didn't know. So, there you go. I think it's a good fight. I mean, I think it's a good fit for him and Top Rank. Now, can he deliver the fights? That I know Bob Aaron. You know, he's this sneaky motherfucker. He's been doing that since 65. All right. And I know he probably made all these promises that he can't keep. And we know he can't keep them, but he'll make them anyway, because that's the liar he is. Just like Eddie Hearn. He's a pathological liar too. You know, he never kept his promise. They capped his ass, you know. So now, can Bob, with his senile ass, can he deliver the fights that he probably promised Josh? Or he gonna be in court filing another shit? Who knows? I don't know. But I know it's a fight there, and it's matter of fact, it's 3 fights there that can be made. And we talking about 3 pay-per-view fights. So I think it's a good move and it's a good fit, and I'm excited to see what happens. That's all right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get my take real quick. It ain't gonna be long, then I'm gonna go ahead and pass on. To me, I think it was a good move for Josh Taylor. I don't see why he wouldn't have signed with Top Rank, because the zone, I mean, he already marketed real good over there in the UK. You know what I mean? I didn't see the point of him signing with the zone. That would have limited his exposure on top of that. And will he be a casual? Will he attract the casual eye over here in America? I don't know, man. It just depends on how they market them. I don't see them really having real good success like Lomachenko, Tyson Fury right now, to me, in my opinion. You know, I mean, people over here just don't know who they are like that. You know, truth be told. You know, I don't care what type of hype they put behind them. You understand what I'm saying? And I just don't think the Top Rank is really, I don't think they do a good, to me, ain't none of these guys, the only person that's doing a good job of promoting their fighters as far as like putting them through there is like PBC, actually. They doing a good job of exposing certain fighters, not all of them, but certain fighters like Wilder, Tank, Spence, you know, guys like that. They making sure they putting them out there. You know what I mean? But as far as like, who knows what Bob Aaron's plan is? He probably could be trying to get an undisputed storyline built up with the winner of Taylor versus Ramirez, move up to 147 and fight Bub. You know, 2 undisputed champions collide. You know, just a little storyline fight whenever it may be. But I definitely want to see Ramirez versus Taylor. We need to go ahead and clear the smoke on that. Get the undisputed at 140 again, and then we could talk about all the other stuff at welterweight. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, I don't know. As far as like, you know, is he gonna get the fights? I believe so. I believe Bob gonna make the fights for Josh Taylor. I believe so. You know, I don't know what Regis Prograis gonna do. I know he signed with DeBella, so pretty sure he like a free agent. He can fight who he want to fight. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much all I got on it. I mean, and far as him, you know, leaving the McGuigans and all that, let's just be real, man. If you're trying to cross over and be a bigger star than where you at, bro, Cyclone Promotions ain't gonna get you there. I'm sorry. You know, it's gonna be hard to get you there, you know, not unless you just learn the social media era and you just take it upon yourself and you promote yourself and, you know, things like that. Because like I said, the fighters now, a lot of them who is taking advantage of the promotion thing, they some of them okay on social media. You know what I mean? They okay on social media. And Josh Taylor, he definitely needed the top rank signing, the crossover, in my opinion. But that's all I got on that one. I'm gonna go with Fanon next to about Josh Taylor top rank signing.
Oh yeah, well, seeing as I was the first person to ever recognize Josh Taylor as a talent, well before Trap House did. I'm just kidding. No, I'm happy. Hey, it's a good signing, man. I mean, you know, it's what's up if they make that fight between. I mean, it's better that he signed than not for me because that means I get to see him on ESPN. I get to see him fight more often, man. I think Josh Taylor's a really good fighter. I think his question mark on him is how's he going to do in the United States? You know, I don't know if he's going to make that fight with KQKC's head's going to hit the desk.
What? I'm listening. I said you try to play. I know what you try to say. You miss your key, right?
What'd you say?
You miss your key. The word you were getting ready to say.
No. I was looking at you. I was just wondering if you was going to slide off.
No. I should fall down. Shit, I did 9
hours. I know you must have been grinding. How many hours you on last night?
All together the whole day, 10.
Yeah, so But hey, yeah, man, I want to see that.
The zone made us wait that long. From 5:30 I got on and I got off at 12.
What was the last fight on the zone?
Jaime Miguel.
That was on until 2. That went on until 2. Was it? That was like 11.
No, it went off at like 11, something like that. And
you just kept going?
I actually got off after,
okay. All right, well, hey, just real quick. I'm sorry, man. It's sidetrack.
I'll take your time.
I like Josh Taylor, and man, but one of those two dudes are going to go up there to welterweight. I don't think Josh Taylor's long for 140 pounds anyway. I think Ramirez can probably stay there a little longer than Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor looked like a skeleton weighing in for 140 pounds, man. So we'll see what happens with him at 147 pounds, and if Terrence Crawford, because when we were talking about Terrence Crawford, we didn't really talk a lot about how DAZN and Oscar De La Hoya made them an offer this week to fight Teixeira at 154 pounds. So I think the signing of Josh Taylor. I mean, I think it has ramifications for Terrence Crawford as well. And I don't think it is that they're going to fight each other. I don't believe that. I think Bob Arum is going to try to build Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor is he looks like Tyson Fury and Vasily Lomachenko. So I wouldn't be surprised if this signing actually has Bob Arum start angling to get Terrence Crawford to get up off that WBO 147-pound title and go to 154. That's what I think one of the ramifications of this could be. Let me get to a couple super chats before
real quick. Is Terrence Crawford not big enough for 154? Do you think?
I mean, he's big enough. He's good enough to beat a bunch of 154-pounders. think he beat Munguia. I think he'll beat this Teixeira as a tough fight. I think Teixeira could be a tough fight, but I think he'd be able to beat Teixeira. But but I don't think he's going to go up there and fight Jermell Charlo or Tony Harrison or J-Rock or any of that. He's going to he'll be siloed in that WBO silo, just like he is now, where he ain't fight none of the top guys at 147. I don't think he's going to fight any of the top guys at 154 either. I'm just saying that when you get Josh Taylor at 140 and you have Jose Ramirez at 140, Bob Arum likes to hold on to belts. He ain't trying to just – the thing that makes it funny to me is like, why would Bob Arum sign Josh Taylor to either get Josh Taylor beat by Jose Ramirez or get Jose Ramirez beat by Josh Taylor? That just seems like that's just too straight to the point for Bob Arum. So my thought is Josh Taylor, who already is having a hard time making 140 pounds, because he's a big 140 pounder, man.
Yeah.
That's a big 140 pounder. And they've made a big money offer to Terrence Crawford. At least that's what's out on the street to fight Teixeira. I just tell you, I could see a scenario where Terrence Crawford is at 154 pounds. They actually said that to Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford was getting interviewed by Chris Mannix during the what fight was that? Was that Jamel Herring when Jamel Herring was fighting on the on one of those DAZN cards? On the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Danny Jacobs fight. But let me get to these couple super chats real quick, and we get back on the line conversations. I know people got stuff to do today. Boxing Guy says salute for 9 in the OG panel. Q the Barber said, and this question is I'd like to move to Curtis Anderson to answer Q the Barber's question. He said,
I want to answer that question too.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll give it to you guys. Ray Leonard went into retirement ducking Hagler. You can say Hagler even ducked Mike McCallum. Am I wrong? Either one of y'all want that? Go ahead and take that.
I could tell y'all straight up with Mike McCallum ducking Hagler. Okay, I made a video on this about 10 years ago because I had saw on Spencer Farron's channel that he had interviewed Mike McCallum, and Mike McCallum was talking about how Hagler ducked him and all of that stuff. But see, the thing about it is that Mike McCallum didn't even move into the middleweight division until 1988 when he fought Columbia, okay? Which he lost that fight when he first went into the middleweight division. In 1987, when Hagler was fighting Leonard, okay, getting built up to fight Leonard, his mandatory, we couldn't think of the name last week, it was Harold Graham, okay? What McCallum was doing is he was fighting all the washed up, they weren't washed up yet, but they were a little bit out of their division. He was fighting former welterweights like Milton McCrory, who he stopped. He stopped Donald Curry around that same time. This is all during 1987 when Sugar Ray Leonard and Hagler was building up, okay? Now, Hagler was really supposed to fight Harold Graham. Harold Graham was paid step-aside money, okay? And so all this stuff about him ducking Mike McCallum is bullshit because Mike McCallum was still in the junior middleweight division fighting guys like Milton McCrory and Donald Curry. I know he fought him back to back. I can't remember which one he fought first, but he was still doing his thing at 154. He had not established himself in the middleweight division yet. He didn't establish himself in the middleweight division until the next year. Yes, he said, I would like to fight Hagler, but Hagler had his hands full because he had to fight the guy who was Hagler took on a big fight with John the Beast Mugabe, his name was. The Beast Mugabe was like 25-0 with 25 KOs. He was a mandatory for Marvin Hagler. So Marvin Hagler was caught up in that fight too. And then right after that, he wanted that money fight with Sugar Ray Leonard. So it's not, Marvin Hagler's fault that he decided to retire. I mean, he did the right thing. He decided to retire. He had been through a long career. He wasn't ducking fucking Mike McCallum. He just decided that he was done with it. Marvin Hagler was a fighter who, when he walked away from the sport, he didn't even entertain coming back. All right. I heard him like in an interview, maybe like in 1988, the same year that McCallum came into the division and fought somebody Columbia, which he lost that fight. He ended up fighting Hagler's mandatory Harold Graham too. And it was a close fight. When he fought Harold Graham, a lot of people don't realize Harold Graham was a gifted fighter. Marvin Hagler owed Harold Graham a fight. If he had beat Sugar Ray Leonard, he would have had to fight his mandatory Harold Graham. And when Hagler, when Mike McCallum had not even moved up yet, okay? So that's bullshit. I've always thought that was a bunch of fuck shit because he had a mandatory in John the Beast Mugabe, who was a TV sensation, going around knocking out all kinds of people. So that's bullshit, man. No, he did not duck Mike McCallum. He decided to retire, unlike a lot of people who stay in the sport too long. That's all I got to say.
Well, I'm gonna cook on that. People use the word duck real easy, man. They say Sugar Ray Robinson ducked Charlie Burley. they said Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor. None of that is true. They saying the Big Four ducked McCallum. The realest fight they could have made with McCallum was Duran, because Duran was supposed to have fought Mike McCallum. Mike McCallum was Duran's mandatory when Roberto Duran beat the hell out of Davey Moore, and so McCallum was up next. But what happened was Emmanuel Stewart went to the Duran people, went behind Mike McCallum's back and says, don't fight McCallum. You'll make more money fighting Tommy Hearns. So Roberto Duran, who was the WBA junior middleweight champion, dropped the title and went on to fight Hearns. And McCallum became champion when he fought on the undercard of Marvin Hagler versus Mustafa Hamsher at the Garden. He fought a guy by the name of Irish Sean Mannion for the vacant WBA title. That was the Rand title. And McCallum never got those fights, not because they was afraid of him. Him and Hearns sparred a lot. Hearns gave him the name the Body Snatcher. That's where the nickname came from. McCallum was a very good fighter, master boxer, but he wouldn't have beaten Tommy Hearns in the fight or Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler would have carved McCallum up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. People forget how great Hagler was. Hagler was not a good fighter, but a great fighter. And people use the word great too loosely. Hagler was a fighter that could fight inside, mid-range, or long range. He could switch righty to lefty. He could hurt you with either punch. Hagler was a technician, man, and a powerful one at that. He's one of the very best fighters ever and had the best chin ever. Hagler's chin was like granite. If we could take Tommy Hearns' right hand, that's what he did, and knock Tommy out. I'll pick Hearns in that fight, by the way. But McCallum wouldn't have beaten Marvin Hagler. And it's a good thing that Donald Curry lost to Lloyd Hunnigan, because he was supposed to fight Hagler. Hagler would have murdered Donald Curry. So, when you bring up ducking, people, they don't know the backstories.
Yeah. And if I ain't mistaken, y'all fight with McCallum and what's the man named Callum Bay, with the one he had done lost to. That's the only one he said he didn't want to rematch that fight. He said that was too much of a fight for him. He said he didn't want to go back that route after if he had to fight him again. That's the only person I heard that Mike McCallum didn't really, revisit a fight with. But other than that, with the Hagler thing, I'm with y'all on that. I don't believe he ducked Marvin Hagler.
He don't duck nobody. Hagler never ducked nothing. All right, he fought anyone who came his way. He reigned for like 8 years, and he should have been champion long before that. But the politics was different in the 1970s. Okay, so they ducked him for a long time. He was a ducked fighter for a fucking long time. He was never afraid of no fucking Mike McCallum. So that noise right there, that's why I was pissed off when I first heard it. And I made a video about it because it didn't even sit right with me, because what was going on in boxing at that time. See, me and Kurt, we was definitely watching it close. And I was a big Hagler fan. So I knew everything that was going on with him, with his mandatories. And yeah, he was supposed to fight Curry. That was another thing that came up. But Curry lost to Lloyd Hunnigan because they was building up Curry to move up and take the fight with Hagler too. But Hagler did have mandatories that he had to satisfy too. What did Mike McCallum do to get a fight with Hagler? Beat up on Milton McCrory and Donald Curry, who both had substance abuse and drug problems and all kind of shit. Man, get out of here, man. I don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah, and one thing, lastly, about that question, good question, is that Leonard is so smart that his career, he played the game right, because he caught Hearns early before he entered his prime, and he caught Hagler out of his prime, because remember they had that announcement they were supposed to fight, and Leonard said a fight of this magnitude would be worth more than Fort Knox, because he wasn't sure that he can beat Marvin Hagler. So he waited. He went to all Hagler fights, but what people don't talk about is that after Hearns, Marvin wasn't the same, because that fight took a lot out of Marvin. And then the following year, he fought John the Beast Mugabe, and Hagler, to the surprise of many, had a really hard time with Mugabe, closed Marvin eye and everything, and that took even more out of Hagler. So when Leonard saw that, he was standing next to Tom Selleck, a Magnum PI star, and he was like, "Let's go, Marvin." So I told my father in theater, I said, they're going to fight. Because Leonard was confident he could beat Marvin because Marvin slowed down. And some people say Marvin still won. I had Leonard winning, but I could see that they had Marvin winning. But because when you fight a guy like Sugar Ray Leonard, you're not only fighting him, but you're fighting his aura. So I told people if Leonard was standing after the 12th round, they was going to get a decision to Sugar Ray Leonard. And that's exactly what happened. So Leonard was smart because he just waited to Marvin to slow down. Marvin looked painfully slow in that fight. So that was the saga of Leonard versus Hagler.
Not only that, Kurt, but Mugabe was coming off of that undefeated momentum. You remember he was like 25-0 and he had all knockouts. And if you look at Mugabe's body in that middleweight fight, and then you look at Mugabe, because Mugabe was never the same after he fought Hagler either. He took a beating in that fight with Hagler. Even though he gave Hagler a whole bunch, that shows you how tough Marvin Hagler was. Mugabe was knocking people out left and right. And when you look at Mugabe's body when he fought Terry Norris, that didn't look like the same Mugabe. He looked soft in the center. He just was never the same after Hagler beat the shit out of him.
Also, when right, before the Hagler and the Ray Leonard fight, did Ray Leonard take the 3-year layoff because of the detached retina? When that all
yeah, he had the detached retina because of the fight with Thomas Hearns. He had eye problems after he fought Thomas Hearns. He had that detached retina, and that's why he took some time off. He came back briefly, took some more time off, and then he had that, and he embarrassed himself at that press conference with Marvin Hagler. That was one of the biggest waste of times I've ever seen. And if we had social media back then, we would have went in on Leonard for that fucking stupid ass press conference that he had that time.
That one when he act like he could have announced the fight, he had everybody all at the edge of the seat. He said, "Well, everybody wants to see me and Hagler fight, but unfortunately, the fight ain't gonna happen."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Leonard was playing a waiting game. He knew he wasn't going to fight Hagler at that time because he wasn't sure that he can beat him. Hagler still had a lot left, and Leonard was just waiting him out. Leonard was very cunning and savvy, man. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Embarrassed Hagler, embarrassed everybody, and he wound up fighting him because after he saw them fights, that was it. He felt that he could take Hagler, and with Leonard, with the detached retina, that what messed up the prior fight because Leonard signed the contract. The contracts were signed, but Leonard was supposed to fight Roger Stafford, a guy who upset Pepino Cuevas, but he went to the doctor days before the fight and he had to retire, but he eventually came back.
Fanon, I know we probably got some super chats, man. If you could catch up on those, and if y'all want to, close.
Yeah, you breaking up real bad, man.
I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the super chats. He said there's just one that we missed. Brothers UK said Hagler won. Kurt Hagler realized that Mugabe couldn't move his feet when throwing a punch. Hagler, my favorite. And that's it. But we probably need to wrap up, man, because we at 11 o'clock, man. We get like 3 hours.
Okay, we'll go close out.
Huh?
Go ahead and close out then. Okay,
man. So, yeah, well, Trap Start, let them know how to get in contact with you, man. We'll be back next month, man. Next week. Great job and moderating. I think we got the singing OG moderating next week, right?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get plenty of rest. I'm gonna be ready. Yes, I am.
Hey, singing OG, real quick, man. Go ahead, hit that note one time. When it's your turn, go ahead and hit that note one time on your outro. But yeah, man, y'all can find me at Trap House Boxing on YouTube. Find me at Trap House Boxing on Twitter, on Instagram at Trap House Boxing. And OG Boxing Talk every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's it.
Blood.
All right.
Blood Boxing. Hey, KQKC, let them know how to get in contact with you while Blood gets together.
Yes, sir. You can catch me on right here on YouTube at KQKC Boxing Network. I come on Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. I come on right after Phenom International Boxing. And also right here on OG Boxing, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. And yes, I will be moderating next Sunday. And that super chat. Yes, sir. So I'm a little tired today, but hey, that's all right. I'm gonna keep the grind up, and but I'm gonna get plenty of rest next Saturday. That's right, because I got a duty to do, and that's my boy Phenom, and I always like to show him respect, and that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you.
Blood, you there now?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I heard you, man. I had to go take a quick phone call. I'm sorry.
You got crazy.
Okay.
Crazy Angel, you
y'all both breaking up, man. Can't nobody hear what neither one of y'all saying.
Can you hear me?
Crazy, you there?
Then the marsh.
I'm here, man. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, cool. Like I said, man, it was a great show. We didn't get through the whole agenda because Trap House kind of dragged his feet a little bit, but it's okay. I understand that that's how it goes down sometimes. He didn't want to talk about Anthony Joshua, which I wanted to go in on Anthony Joshua punk ass, but next week I will when the Singing OG moderates. Okay, you guys can catch me at the boxing spreadsheet. Okay. And not only that, but y'all can catch me at Retro Boxing and Documentaries. I got some documentaries coming out. The 1982 series is back, okay? And it will be released this week. We will start back on with the boxing. I got Trap House Boxing as a guest on one of the shows, and I'm going to get some more people, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.
All right. Curtis Anderson, let them know how to get you, man.
Yes, sir, man. The show has a lot of personality. I love it. You can catch me on Blue Blood Sports TV or Live TV Monday through Fridays. Blue is away; he's on the front line, so we don't always do the show. We come on various times: 4:30, 5:30. That's Monday through Friday, and of course, Phenom Boxing, OG Boxing Talk, Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Yeah, sorry we didn't get to the AJ thing, man, but really, truly, and all bullshit aside, man, I really appreciated the way how you guys just broke down that question about John the Beast, about what was the question about? Mike McCallum, by Mike McCallum and the 1980s middleweights, junior middleweights, man. That was really, man, that was enjoyable, man. You guys took me back, man. Because during that time it was a little fuzzy time in my boxing, so I'm actually going back learning about that stuff now. But look, man, we get back with you guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us, man. Definitely subscribe to Trap House. KQKC Boxing comes on every day for his live streams. He covers the fights live stream, so y'all know where to get him. With me, just follow me on Twitter. Check me out here during the videos that we drop during the week and the live streams we do during the week. And that's about it. Much love to everybody that has joined the channel and everybody on the Patreon. I'm putting out my new Patreon stuff this week. I'm up on the level of the Patreon. So thank you guys so much for your patience and your support over there. And with that, we'll get with you next week. Peace.
Peace.